snap in the chat, or gaze at their ruggedly handsome Dusty Likens. Just go hit subscribe and stay up to date with 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Chiefs Titans Sunday with kickoff at noon, right here on 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
And a happy Friday to Kansas City, to all you people out there. You've made it. We've made it. Less than a week until Christmas. Powering on through. What a game. I know that I'm hard. What a game last night. What a game last night, boys. Max Pack, more like Max Quack. Hawks fly together, baby. I want to ask a question real quick to you guys. Rams lost. Probably out of the 1 seed. Seattle, massive win. They play San Francisco the last week of the year. That could be an absolute banger of a game. But I want to ask you this. Matt Stafford last night was insane. Did that loss neglect him in the MVP race? Because what they say, right, you have to win your division is a big key. You got to show up in big moments on primetime television. Probably not. Maybe can't still win their division. But he had, 457, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, was an absolute man amongst boys last night. Lost, though. Is he still the MVP of the league?
I don't know. I was in Topeka building a stadium yesterday, so I don't really know if he's still the MVP of the league or not. So
wait, they're building a stadium in Topeka?
Topeka, Kansas, apparently, yes, according to...
Shout out Stormont Vale. That's where I was born. Little known fact, I was born in Topeka. Nothing good comes from Topeka. Well, I'm proof.
Shout out to Dr. Palmberg, my friend who used to run Stormont Vale Hospital out there in Topeka, Kansas. A little shout out to him and his son Brady, who was one of my fraternity brothers, a cop out there in Topeka, Kansas. That's about all of Topeka that I know.
It produced your boy.
It did produce you, right?
Yep.
And you guys ran from there as fast as you possibly could.
I think so.
Could,
I don't
right?
really remember. I think it was there until about 3 years old.
Oh, you were there that long
That's
in
right,
Topeka?
Man.
Wow.
Dude, I got roots in Topeka,
wow,
man.
Look at you. Topeka strong over here, man.
Yeah.
Would you have gone to Seaman?
I think that's where I came from.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then we went to Topeka.
Okay, yeah. So I didn't know if you were going to go to Topeka Seaman or if you were going to go to Topeka High or there's another one
that's
out
where
there
Trevor's
in Topeka.
From, Simeon.
Yeah, that's right. He is. That's correct.
No, yeah.
Yes.
I don't. And what's funny is I've never been back. 38 years old. It's been 35 years.
And you haven't been to Topeka? The only time I shouldn't say that.
I am the Paul Simon song, The Obvious Child.
Yeah, right. I went to dinner one time, and I take that back. I've probably been to Topeka probably 6 times maybe in my entire life. I had a wedding in Topeka one night where I drank shots of gin, and that's why I don't drink gin anymore.
No, you never mind.
Yeah, right.
Dropped the G and got the J.
That's right. So that time I was in Topeka. One other time I had a meeting in Topeka when I was in college. And then I've driven through Topeka to get to Colorado. So, I mean, other than that, yeah, I haven't spent much time in Topeka, Kansas. And so it looks like the stadium is going to be built in Topeka, I guess, is what the listeners were telling everybody yesterday, according to Alex Gold. But, Matthew Stafford, God, it's hard to say if he should be the MVP of this league or not. I don't know. It changes every week, right? And he balled out yesterday, but his team didn't win. The quarterback, you got to get your team to win, I guess. You got to win the division. So I don't know, man.
Did the odds shift at all?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
He was minus 300 or minus 250, wherever you got it yesterday. Again, still had a night last night.
He should still be, in my opinion, but will he? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know who takes that next step up to be. I mean, Sam Darnold,
Whoever wins the AFC East.
Whoever wins the what?
AFC East.
Yeah, maybe. That's fair. Yeah, if Drake May or Josh Allen, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that, so...
It's funny, somebody texted in last night, 8 hours ago, Seahawks are dumb for deferring. If it's tied after both teams possess the ball, the Rams just have to run out the clock or for a tie, and they have the head-to-head tiebreaker. They then followed up that text with, never mind, I'm dumber than the Seahawks.
Yeah. BBL stinky. No, you absolutely defer so you can go for 2 at the end in overtime. It makes all the sense in the world. Ask Kyle Shanahan. You've got to defer in overtime and whatnot and let the first team go down and do their thing, and maybe you hold them, right? There's no guarantees that you have to score in overtime. That's why I was it's overtime, no chance. No, stop. Play defense. It's okay. you can do that in the NFL, I think. Go out there and play defense. But I think the thing everybody's going to be talking about after that game is the 2-point conversion that was. I mean, that the whistle blew, and that should have been a dead ball. I mean, once the inadvertent whistle goes off, as we know, that should have been a dead ball there. And I'm trying to think in my head script-wise why that made sense to do that and make that, because I think the NFL wants the Rams to be on top because they're LA and they want that market to work. And to do that for Seattle is really kind of off script, if you will, for the NFL. But that was a bad call by the officials, I thought, yesterday or last night in that game. Once you heard the whistle, the play is officially over. And they were lining up to kick it off, and then they're reviewing this thing. And somebody missed that whistle, man. Somebody big time missed that whistle and allowed those guys to go in there and get that 2-point conversion, which ended up allowing them to go to overtime. Like the Rams had that game won, and the rest blew the whistle, and I don't know. I mean, those are the things you question, right? Those are the things that make you go,
Game of the year?
Yeah, that or week one. You know, it's
Buffalo Ravens.
Week one. I know it's week one, so it's so far away now, but that game was amazing.
It was, yeah.
It was incredible. Obviously, look now, Baltimore sucks. What does it matter? That game had more. This game had more stakes. But at the time,
absolutely.
At the time, that game could have depended on who the 1 seed was, and last night's game did depend on who the 1 seed was.
Yep. 100%. Shout out Rashid Shaheed too. That punt return changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Changed the game.
Yep.
Special teams can be a factor.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to see a return here. I mean, we haven't had one since COVID, for God's sakes. What do you think happens first?
Oh, God.
The Chiefs return a punt or a kick for a touchdown, or they open the stadium in KCK. And I'm being serious about that because the time frame to open the new stadium in KCK is, 2031, right? How many years is that from now?
6?
6, roughly?
Yeah. I'll give them 1. They're going to get 1.
When was the last time they returned?
19.
Right? So it's about the same time frame we're looking at, guys.
Wow, that's so sad. That's egregious.
I mean, think about it, right? Think about it. It's about the same time frame from the last time that the Chiefs returned a kick or a punt for a touchdown to when the new stadium's going to open in KCK. So what do you think happens first? I'm asking a legit question.
They'll return one this week.
It probably. It'll probably be Saturday, Sunday against Tennessee, right? They'll return a kick for a touchdown. Too little, too late for that, right? But, whatever.
Speaking of too little, too late, I'm going to turn my microphone off here because yesterday was, I think, a realization and a punch to the gut to some of us in Jackson County.
Can I ask you why a punch to the gut?
For some of us, I just lost both of my teams. My whole life, I had the Royals and I had the Chiefs. I voted yes. I thought, well, this will definitely pass. I know it's a frustrating thing because of taxes and people's things like that. And yesterday I talked to several friends, some of which are season ticket holders, some of which are, like me, that love that both of these teams were here. And of course, they, you get the calls and it's like, hey, is the news true? Are they really going to move? And are they really going to leave Missouri? And I said, I think the answer to that is yes. And I think we'll know that on Monday. And it was a punch to the gut because I don't think we realize in the long run how much we're going to miss out on not having professional teams in the county and this side that we've had our whole lives. And again, it doesn't ruin my fan base. I'm not one of those people that if they move to Kansas, I'm not going to be a fan. I don't care if they, if they are in that side of the state. I'm still going to go see their games. I'm still going to love those teams. But it was an absolute punch to the gut of realization yesterday that they're no longer here on our side. They're what it seems like, and what you have the rest of the time here, Bob, to do is explain what went wrong, where it's going, and where it's going to be.
Well, there's obviously a lot to get into, but I want to rewind a little bit to February 26, 2024, and it was a Monday morning, and I came on the radio. We were on the AM at the time on 610. Remember those days, Dusty, on the AM radio station? And I came on the air on February 26, 2024, and I said, I talked to somebody yesterday in the know, and I remember vividly because I remember the date and where I was. I was boarding a flight in Phoenix coming back from spring training. And I got a text from somebody about everything that was getting ready to happen before the vote. And the text basically was to the level of, if this vote fails in Jackson County, there will be other municipalities that will step up and will be interested in the Royals and the Chiefs. And so it's not a threat. It's not a scare tactic. It was a legitimate conversation that was going on. If this vote fails, other municipalities will step up. And nobody wanted to believe that. Nobody wanted to believe that these two teams would consider doing anything else because everybody lives in a world of it'll never happen. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. And then it does happen. And you're thinking to yourself, what went wrong? Well, what went wrong is, as somebody said yesterday, Missouri had the first right of refusal on this and refused. And once Missouri voters said no, both the Royals and Chiefs then had to proceed to look around the area to see where they could go. The good news is they're not leaving the area, right? They're not going to Nashville. They're not going to Salt Lake City. They're not going to L.A. They're not going to one of these cities that may want them. They're moving across the state line, and they're still Kansas City. They're still here, and it's still our teams, and there's nothing different other than where they are going to be relocated. And so yesterday, needless to say, was a very busy day with everything that went in. Are the Chiefs going to Topeka on Monday is the big question. And the answer to that is I believe yes, but I also understand that there's a couple of more things that need to be tightened up before they go to the Topeka. If the Chiefs are heading to Topeka on Monday, and I'm talking Mark Donovan, Clark Hunt, those guys, if they're headed to Topeka on Monday, then we know the Chiefs are definitely 100% moving. And I do believe the Chiefs are 100% moving. I do believe that deal has already been consummated, quite frankly, from the conversations that I've had. And I do believe that they will announce on Monday that they are going to the state of Kansas. And that's where we sit right now with the Kansas City Chiefs. They've given every opportunity for Missouri. They gave the first right of refusal to Missouri, and Missouri refused. I mean, and that's what it was. I mean, there's no other way to kind of describe that. And so I think right now the LCC, which is the board that approves the Star Bond District, is meeting on Monday. That meeting's been scheduled for 3 weeks. We've been talking about that meeting for a while now. I kept saying December 22nd was a big day. It's the LCC meeting. And at that meeting, they can do one of two things: approve a stadium for the Chiefs, or they can approve an extension to get more things worked out. Most people that I've talked to, I should say the majority of people that I have talked to, have said there's no extension that's going to be ratified. It is ratification of the stadium going to Kansas City, Kansas. Now, exactly where are they going to go over there? I said a couple of months ago the Chiefs have 5 plots of land that they currently own and have control of over in Wyandotte County where they can build the stadium. That in turn means the practice facility will be in the state of Kansas as well, because both states, which was smart, said, if we're paying for the stadium, you're keeping your practice facility here, right? So that's the smart move as well, that the practice facility will be in the state of Kansas. And I think it will be a world-class practice facility that they are building. I know they've been in communication with the Olathe School District and the city of Olathe. They've also been in conversation with the city of Shawnee. Those kind of propped up over the last 2 weeks that they've been in conversations with the city of Shawnee as well. And so I do believe that we will have both of these teams relocating across the state line and will be in Kansas. And I'm not going to be one of these I told you so guys, but this isn't something that, nobody should be surprised about this. Nobody in the world should be stunned and surprised that this is happening, because on February 26, 2024, I told everybody this was a distinct possibility if the April vote fails. The April vote failed. Everybody else out of the woodwork started bidding and giving and trying to get these two teams, and KCK and Overland Park are going to win. And that's just kind of the way it is. And I think it's also an awakening because Lockton's moving over to Kansas as well, a major corporation leaving, KC Mo and moving literally across the street at College and State Line, where they're going to be setting up shop. So in the matter of, a month, it's, looking like Missouri's going to lose one of their biggest employers in Lockton. They're going to lose both of their professional sports franchises. And the big picture is now the balance of power in this town is no longer KC Mo. They're not the top dog anymore. It is Kansas. It is Johnson County. It is Wyandotte County. They are the economic engines now of this city. They are the spot where corporations are moving, where teams are moving. It's where people want to be right now because that's where the people are. That's where the jobs are. And it's really a sad day, quite frankly, for Kansas City, Missouri, because they've now lost all of their identity. And it didn't have to be that way. And we'll get into it more at 7 o'clock. But this is a major fail on the part of two people, Mayor Lucas and Frank White. And there's nobody else that anybody in the state of Missouri should be blaming other than those two gentlemen, because they messed this thing up more ways than anybody. And they really, really, really cost their city, their state, and their county the opportunity to have both of these franchises. And so when people say what went wrong, Quentin Lucas and Frank White are what went wrong for the state of Missouri and Jackson County to lose both of these franchises. And, you know, the Royal stuff yesterday, Ty Masterson came out, the president of the Kansas Senate, basically saying, look, the Royals are moving. We just got to get a couple of other things figured out. They're committed to Kansas. And I've said for a while now, it's going to be one of two spots. It's going to be either the Asperia campus or a potential land swap across 115th Street with Black and Veatch. Black and Veatch would take over the Asperia campus, and the Royals would build their stadium where the current Black and Veatch headquarters are right now. That's all commensurate on the negotiations that are taking place with the J, that have been taking place with the J at a rapid rate to try to get things done. I can tell you there are people within Royals ownership who want this thing done now. There are people within the state that want this thing done now. The Royals have taken too much time on this, and I think the Chiefs jumping them is a message to the Royals. It's time to go. It's time to dot the I's and cross the T's and kind of figure this thing out. And so, from where we sit right now, Overland Park will have the Royals, Wyandotte County will have the Chiefs. The practice facilities will be in Kansas for the Chiefs. Obviously, the Royals practice facility is in Arizona, because of the spring training and how all of that works. But the balance of power has shifted. And if people in Missouri are upset, I understand that. And you should be upset because your leaders failed you. Quentin Lucas and Frank White failed Kansas City by allowing this to happen. And I know I live in Johnson County. I was the biggest damn supporter of a downtown stadium for about 20 years. I wanted that downtown ballpark more than anything in the world. And it looked like we were headed in that direction. And that's when Mayor L got involved and Frank White got involved and ruined it for everybody.
From Black and Veatch to Klatt and tweets coming up next, plus the NFL slate that is this week and the stadium news all throughout the day here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is that holiday travel season, and you're getting ready to head out of town. I know you are, and you're thinking, okay, I got to park the car at the airport. Well, you're going to park it at Park and Go because they are unbelievable. I love parking at Park and Go because these guys take care of everything. They make it so easy to make a reservation at bookparkandgo.com or with their easy-to-use app. And when you make that reservation, make sure you prepay because that's when you're going to save the most money. You're going to get their lowest rate when you prepay. And then it's taken care of. And then on the day of your flight, you have that covered spot reserved for you. And at this time of year, with all the weather that's going to be around, you want to make sure that your car is fully protected and covered while you're out of town. You pull in on the day of your flight. They direct you right to the covered spot they've reserved especially for you. And as soon as you get into that spot, the van's there to take you right to the airport terminal. The minute you get to the airport terminal, you get off that bus and you're there in no time at all. When you come back, get off the plane, grab your bag, jump on the bus that's waiting for you, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program like we did. Earn points towards free parking and reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
The world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circa Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
We love entertaining during the holidays, but we also love spending time with friends and family. That's why we're letting Hy-Vee do everything, because Hy-Vee has convenient pre-made holiday meal packs for any size gathering. Made fresh and ready-to-heat menu favorites like succulent turkey, honey glazed spiral ham, or prime rib, plus savory sides, rolls, and a choice of dessert. And don't forget the wine and spirits department. So pick up your meal the day before the holiday and then just heat and serve on the big day. This holiday season, let Hy-Vee do the cooking while you take the credit, only at Hy-Vee.
Score big savings with Hy-Vee and the Kansas City Chiefs. Big points mean even bigger savings. Just shop Hy-Vee the day after a game and earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score and based on the amount you spend. If the Chiefs score 42 points, you save 42 cents a gallon with any $42 purchase. The more we score, the more you save. Win or lose, everyone scores the day after a Chiefs game only at Hy-Vee. Offer good in-store and online. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Game day headquarters is at Dave & Buster's, the ultimate watch destination. 30-plus screens, including jaw-dropping 40-foot TVs, will put you in the center of the action. Join Cody Tapp with 96.5 The Fan this Sunday, December 21st, from noon to 2 p.m. at Dave & Buster's, 1843 Village West Parkway off I-435 and I-70 in Kansas City. Enjoy half-price games Sunday through Thursdays. No purchase necessary. Cheer on KC at Dave & Buster's, where every game is a big game.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
This season, enjoy stress-free comfort with easy booking and trusted service from Anthony. Save up to $4,500 on a new high-efficiency HVAC system. Schedule today at anthonyphce.com.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp, and come watch the game with me on Sunday, starting at noon at Dave & Buster's at the Legends. And you'll have a chance to win an autographed Jalen Watson jersey, plus Guns N' Roses tickets. Come join me in 96.5 The Fan at Dave & Buster's at the Legends, where every game is a big game.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
It's Christmas in Kansas City, and the snow is falling down. The plaza lights are pretty. It's good to be in my hometown.
Hey, this is still in Jackson County.
All the fountains are frozen.
The plaza's not moving.
Like,
And the leaves are blowing on the ground.
Well, tenants are
There's
leaving.
a warm feeling here, clear through the year. It's like nowhere else I've found. 'Cause it's Christmas in Kansas City. Yes, it's Christmas.
If you take your wife or your husband to work, grab her hand right now. Let's get in that Christmas feel. Put that mistletoe up in the car. Okay. I don't need that right now.
Why?
Can I just heal, please? Can I mourn this for a little bit? Can I mourn this
What
for
are
the
we
weekend?
mourning, though? I mean, we're getting a brand new stadium that's going to bring Super Bowls. It's going to bring concerts in the wintertime. It's going to bring the NCAA probably, college
Final
football
Four.
playoff. We're going to have the Final Four,
Again,
the
I'm not-
WWE.
Well, we just had that Monday night, or last Monday.
But that big event that draws like 110,000 people or whatever it is.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, that's it. Yes.
God,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. We'll get that.
Sucks that John Cena won't be there anymore. He's retired. John Cena got choked out by Gunther. Never give up, never surrender. Tell that to my fan base, John. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Triple H.
He's only been telling us for a year,
Oh, a year?
Year and a half. Right.
I mean, I was the village idiot.
John Cena or Bob?
Well, both, right? Yeah. I was the village idiot for a while, right? Oh, they're never gonna move to Kansas. You're talking about you're a rabble rouser. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. I kind of do. I hate to say that I'm probably more in tune than people who should be in tune with what was going on with this whole process, and that's really sad. And so it's not a day of mourning. It's a day of actually celebrating that we're getting finally the stadium that our city deserves to be able to house events that we've never been able to house before. And we talk about it all the time and how great we do when we host events here in Kansas City because everybody gets involved in whatever event it is, whether it's the Big 12 or whether it's the NCAA, whatever the case may be. We do an unbelievable job. And so now we have the opportunity to take that next step forward as a world-class city and have these big-time events that we weren't going to be able to have before, like the Super Bowl, like the Final Four. Kansas City has hosted, I still believe right now, more NCAA tournament games than anywhere else. And I still believe Kansas City has hosted more Final Four games than anywhere else. We've been out of the rotation of that. And now to bring the Final Four back to the birthplace of the Final Four, it's coming home, baby. This isn't just about the Kansas City Chiefs moving across the state line. This is now what this new dome stadium for the Chiefs can do for Kansas City and how it can put us further and further on the map and make us a better world-class city because I'm excited about the Final Four now being in Kansas City again because it's where it belongs, right? It started here, it was housed here, it was birthed here, and then we didn't have the proper stadium and place to house the Final Four, and we haven't had it since 1988. The Final Four will probably be announced soon after the stadium, and everybody will say, all right, the Final Four's back where it belongs, in the birthplace of college basketball.
Topeka, Kansas.
Kansas City. That's right, Topeka, Kansas City. The Topeka thing is just unbelievable to me. But so that's what it's all about. I mean, there's so many more things now that we can do as a city and so many more events that we can have. I mean, we're getting the World Cup as it is, and now we're going to be in a Super Bowl rotation because, well, I don't know, the Hunts invented the Super Bowl, for God's sake. So you don't think we're going to get it here in Kansas City? Yeah, we're going to get it here in Kansas City. Final Four and all that good stuff. And, the concerts are what I like because we got the opportunity to get some of these big shows in the wintertime now that have passed over here in Kansas City. It's a great day for the region.
Mayor L yesterday when the news dropped.
What the hell was that?
That guy's an idiot, man.
Look, man, he handled this very poorly. He was terrible leadership. And that's what it comes down to ultimately. Like, people in Missouri are mad. You elected Quentin Lucas. You elected Frank White.
Yeah.
People don't think elections matter at the local level. We're also concerned with the national stuff.
They matter more.
They absolutely matter more because I guarantee you, if Sly James or Kay Barnes were the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, I kind of think both of those teams would be staying in Kansas City, Missouri because they were leaders. Kay Barnes built downtown. Sly James picked up where she left off and took this city to the next level, got the airport built, all that great stuff that Sly James was able to accomplish. Those two folks were leaders. They led. They weren't just in the position because it was cool and it's a fun job. They were leaders. And frankly, the last 5-6 years, Kansas City, Missouri, and Jackson County just have not had good leadership. And so when people are upset that they're leaving, blame the elected officials because those are the folks who dropped the ball on this, on the Missouri side of the state line. And there's no other way to put it. Get bent. Mac, you excited?
Let's go, baby.
I can see you like
I know that I'm hard.
I'm holding back for Dustman. I'm letting him have his day, but I am on the other, and I'm selfishly really excited, and this is awesome. Also, selfishly just kind of ready for this I think we're all ready for this to be done. Resolution. Let's go. I'm pumped.
Yeah,
yes,
that's why I told you
excited.
the other day, resolution soon with all of this, right?
Yes.
Like I kind of been hinting that this was going to be happening, and not hinting, I mean telling. They're both going to end up, on the Kansas side of the state line. But, they're both still here in the metro area. And for the first time ever, hey, Johnson County and the Kansas side, we're picking up the freight finally, right? For 60 years, Missouri carried the water for everybody, So, hey, now it's Johnson County, and Wyandotte County's starting to carry the water a little bit, for these franchises.
The Kansas Chiefs, champions.
Tough day. Tough day for your
Hey,
boy.
look at it this way. You don't have to pay the tax after 2030 anymore,
Bob?
so people are going to have that money back in their account.
Bob, no matter what you tell me, this is all I'm hearing today.
Hey, well, yo, man.
There's juice all over the place.
You're going to save that $100 and feel really good.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That 3/8 cents, man, that'll be back in everybody's, coffers, and it's fine. It's
Gotta
great.
figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
Love that drop so much.
But the other thing is, too, Kansas don't
Wait,
need a
Lucas,
vote.
Do you think you'll keep the Chiefs and the Royals?
Well, I don't think that's
Frank White, would you say that you had a good tenure as a legislator in Kansas City?
Well, I don't think that.
I mean, think about that legacy, guys. Think if you're Frank White. Think if you're Frank White and Quentin Lucas, and what your legacy is. Your legacy is you lost the Chiefs and Royals.
Can I just have a moment? Nothing says Jackson County like this song, baby. Stand up, Jackson County. We mourn together.
Chewing tobacco, football and booze.
We mourn together, Jackson County.
He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. Come on. He's Jay
I got this song on. We got Carly Ritter telling me about the weather. I'm coming back, boys. I'm getting back to my roots here.
He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense.
Yeah, he does.
He's Jay Bigley.
Okay.
Get out of your system.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'll continue to bring you the news of the day, which is the stadium conversation, stadiums. I should tell you, we'll talk about that all day. It is the story of the day. It'll be the story of the weekend, and then it'll be the story on Monday. But how about Joe Klatt yesterday? Right? We played the audio of him saying that he doesn't like how the March Madness tournament is. It should be like a pool form like they have in the World Cup. And then kind of says, you know what? Actually,
That's a bad take.
yeah. And that's okay.
That's great.
That's okay. It was a little quick to backtrack, in my opinion, because it just seemed like it was, well, okay, but let it kind of marinate a little bit, because I kind of like the pool idea. I thought there were little nuggets in what he had to say, which makes sense. But, we're always trying to fix things because you don't want things to go stale. Offense, Chiefs.
So I had a friend of mine text me yesterday about that to kind of pick up on where you were, and I'm sorry to jump in on that, but it is fitting right now. During that game last night, a buddy of mine texted me. I'm not going to say who to sell him out. He goes, I hate to say this, but Reed's offense looks, I'm sorry, antiquated. And so you mentioned the stale. It's funny, man. Like a friend of mine, very, very smart individual, texted me, goes, God, watching this offense with the Rams and Seahawks compared to Andy Reid, it looks stale.
Stark difference.
Stark difference, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's without Devontae Adams last night.
No doubt. And we'll get into that game as well, and one of the more, I guess now prolific players on one of those teams. But, I mean, we've all had bad takes.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where to start on mine, right? I will tell you this.
At least you have Blake Bortles.
Well, if I did, I would probably try acting. But the thing is, when you think about, like, if you do have a bad take, it's kind of fun because we always say self-deprecating is one of the best things, right? Like, for God's sakes, Mac, we bring up the gut bomb king over here, right? Like, nothing's better than telling people on the air that, you've just been blowing your brains out from your ass for like a week. And I think this is my worst take of all time. I said in 2018, Mahomes' first year as a quarterback, we would see a bunch of consistent inconsistencies because of what we had seen. He was a gunslinger. He threw it deep. He played reckless. And then he threw for like 20 touchdowns in 4 weeks and like 3 interceptions and like 2,000 yards. I said, well, that didn't age well. Looks like we'll be a little bit more consistent than we thought. And I was wrong. And, after that, I think that was kind of like my Mahomes realization that maybe this guy does have a a leg up on everybody. No pun intended. I'm not trying to be that guy, but like that's what it looked like in the league because it was like right away it was like, okay, that guy can take you to the promised land. Damn near did in his first year as a starter because we had seen the Week 17 game against the Broncos. We'd seen the preseason game, the throw to Tyreek in Atlanta in like the preseason game, and you're like, man, oh man. And we had thought to ourselves, what if he played that Titans game and not Alex Smith? Well, maybe there was a reason behind that. You got to build your, cloud up and kind of get that, whatever it was. And because I still remember after that game, Mahomes was getting dressed and everything like that. I'm like, do you have a few minutes to talk about the game? He goes, I didn't play in it, so I have nothing to say.
Great
After
answer.
that, right? Perfect. And that's in my mental to be like, that guy kind of gets it. And then it was like that next Monday, he was announced a starter, and then the season happened after that. So that's probably my worst take. Is that he'd be consistently inconsistent. Boy, he was the opposite.
You reminded me of a bad Mahomes take I had. I remember when he was drafted.
Trade him?
No. And we were. I had trade Kelsey. That was ended up being a bad take, obviously, because at that point in time, trade everybody. But now he's obviously a legend, so that was a bad one. But I remember doing a show with my friend Paul Long, one of the catsuit guys years ago, and I said to him, I'll bet you anything that Baker Mayfield's better than Patrick Mahomes over the course of his career. Well, I lost that bet.
It's not that close.
Nah, it hadn't been that close. So I swung and missed on that one. I wanted Alex Gordon cut in 2011 as well. So there's been some bad takes, and it's okay to have a bad take and admit it. Like I love the fact that Joel Klatt walked this thing back, and said, "Yeah, I kind of screwed that one up." He thought about it for a couple of days. Like, yeah, that's really a bad take. The NCAA, what his take was, is the NCAA tournament stinks. Basically, is what he said, and it's not a great way to determine a champion and all this kind of stuff.
Which it's not, but it's fun.
But it's fun, and that's. I mean, what is the best way to determine a true champion?
And then you look at it, and all the big schools have won multiple championships.
Yeah,
Duke, Carolina, Connecticut,
Kansas. The little guy never wins that thing. Very rarely maybe wins that thing.
And
but
you can name all the Cinderellas because they don't happen as much as you think.
Exactly, they really
like
don't.
ECU, Loyola Chicago, and there was another one, Florida Atlantic or something. Or UAB.
Florida Atlantic.
UAB, was it UAB? Was that another one?
UAB had a quick run.
But this is proving my point.
Exactly.
The mid-major Sister Jean, though.
Yeah, but so he ripped the tournament and then came back and said, it's probably a bad rip.
But I like that, though. I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
The people who can't admit their takes suck at times, I don't like those people.
No, I think you're probably going to... If you're batting like baseball, if you're batting 300 on takes, that's pretty good.
That's pretty darn good. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Need more weathermen to do that.
Yeah.
Boy, I was wrong. I thought we were getting a dusting.
Yeah, my bad.
But how much better would the weather forecaster be is if they swing and because they do a lot. I mean, over the last couple of years, a big swing and miss a lot by these weather folks. How about they just get on there and go, boy, we missed that one, and be but it's TV news. There's nothing, self-deprecating about TV news. It's brain rot. But I also think when I look at the weather folks, self-deprecating would be better. Would be a lot better.
It almost always is. I thought that Russell Wilson to the Broncos was going to be Super Bowl. That was a huge deal. Franchise-changing move. I was really, really wrong about that.
Or the fact it took you 16 weeks to put the Hawks in your max pack.
Or it was a franchise-changing move, Mac. It really was. It was a franchise-changing move.
Not the way that I thought, yes.
Yeah.
At least you got Travis Hunter right.
Yeah, you
that
did.
Seems
you
good right now.
One.
That seems good right now.
Yeah, he said Travis Hunter is going to be the biggest bust of all time.
Biggest bust of all time.
And he's having knee surgery and
hard
really
to
didn't
pass
do
up
much.
Jamarcus Russell, but yeah.
Yes, of course.
Well,
right,
that is. But this guy plays both sides of the ball, so essentially you get two bad players for one.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now he's doing cooking videos where he's putting his hair in the food.
Really?
They did. Yeah, they did a video. He's talking about his
wife
haircut.
in it, or?
Yeah.
Because we still don't like her, right?
I don't know. He's in love.
Yeah, well, who are we to judge?
Yeah, you're right. Fair enough.
As long as you like her.
Yeah, as long as you're
we'll
happy.
talk about you behind your back, but as long as you like her, that's okay.
Stacy just showed up with Greg. Hey, Greg, what's up? Stacy and I see it. Oh, hors d'oeuvres are out.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, take care.
Wait, you know what's going on with Josh Simmons?
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. Joe Cloud.
Did you run into that guy again?
I don't even know who that guy was.
I don't either.
I only knew like 5 people at Nathan's wedding, and 4 of them were sitting at the table. Mitch holds us later on in the show today.
Merry Chris Mitch, do we say today?
I did.
What? Was that a bad take? Do I need to walk that one back too?
Walk that one back.
Merry Christmas. He's going to love Merry Christmas.
Love that.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody says, well, at least Jackson County still has Casey's.
You know what? They do. And that bacon pizza is phenomenal in the morning. My buddy Joe texted me yesterday. He got the jalapeno and egg pizza from Casey's. Well, it is literally in your gut, right? Like a lot of jalapenos on that. But for me, just give me the bacon pizza, man. That breakfast pizza with the bacon on it from Casey's is premier pizza. It is premier. And I'm factoring in lunch and dinner pizzas as well. That is a premier pie, baby.
Breakfast pizza or taco pizza?
The breakfast pizza.
Taco.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
That just shows how good Casey's is, because those are like Mount Rushmore pizzas.
Yeah,
right
and look, the kid who grew up in Jersey who's very specific about his pizza and bagels, I love Casey's pizza. Their breakfast pizza is something to be had, man. It just is fantastic. It's the perfect amount of grease.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what gets your gut more than the jalapenos.
Maybe.
It's like kombucha of food. Coming up on the other side, we will get into the NFL slate, and also we'll continue our stadium talk on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Well,
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trent McDuffie, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
With the first pick in the McDonald's breakfast draft, I'm going with a tasty sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich. Bold move, sweet, savory, totally stacked. But wait, that delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich is still on the board. Lucky for me, McD lets you mix and match two for just $5. And right now, any size iced coffee is only $1.89. Breakfast at McDonald's. That's the real winning deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
For moments worth more, celebrate this holiday season with Stella Artois. Stella Artois is teaming up with your local Hy-Vee and Johnny's to help make your holiday gatherings a little brighter. Whether you're hosting family, catching up with friends, or raising a toast to togetherness, let Stella elevate the moment. Visit your nearby Hy-Vee or Johnny's and enter at the Stella Artois displays for a chance to win a $100 gift card. For more details, go to 965thefan.com. Stella Artois. Enjoy responsibly.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance.
It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this football season unforgettable. Enjoy our all-new app design and same-game parlay builder, which will take your experience to a new level. Earn BetMGM rewards points from your bets, take advantage of football promos found nowhere else, like a second chance offer on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements, promotions may vary by market. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit WaysideWaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 71 northbound, still rolling from 75th to Gregory. Blue Parkway westbound, briefly heavy approaching Noland. And on the Kansas side, 635 southbound, slowing approaching I-35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
All right, about 9 hours away from happy hour. Can't wait. Gonna drown my sorrows. You hate to see it. Enjoy, guys. I raised my kid, and now you guys get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Thanks a lot. We'll continue to dive into stadium news because there's a lot of questions. I think a lot of people that I have friends with that had questions yesterday, and the future of what could go where those stadiums are. My guess is apartment complexes or just nothing. It's going to look like we're all Snake Plissken. We're going to see I know you've never seen Escape from New York or Escape from L.A. Quite awesome. Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell, badass.
Bet.
Oh yeah. But I do want to talk about a little bit of what yesterday, because not to take a victory lap, but Wednesday we talked about Puka Nacua, kind of a interesting guy. Kind of just doesn't, because for his first 2 years in the league, we just knew him as this badass receiver. What a game last night! 12 for 45.
Yeah, 225.
225,
yeah.
12 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Hello, fantasy playoffs.
40 points.
Yeah, insane. Insane athlete. Perfect for McVay's system. Kind of once he was there, Cooper Kupp. That's why he's probably in Seattle. No doubt that's why he's in Seattle. But I was like, there's some red flags about Puka. And then he had the live stream with Aiden Ross, where he performed a anti-Semitic, kind of what they want to do is a end zone dance. And he talked about the referees. He talked about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. He talked about how, the money he makes as a rookie is not enough money to live in L.A., which is a very good topic to have. But also, the thing
don't spend money on stupid things.
And so, and I don't know if he's done that. But again, it's more of just a Puka thing to me because he did come back and say, I didn't know what I was doing. I was set up. Like, I will say that, and to be fair, Aiden Ross not the greatest person in the world.
That's why you don't go on that
That's
stream.
why. Well, exactly.
And again, that's
put
why
yourself in that situation. That guy sucks.
And that's why the topic to me is receivers tend to not either have that mentor around them, and not every receiver is a bad apple, but by God, there is just a lot of evidence that position in football is just never changing. And the list goes on and on and on and on about wide receivers just not having the right mentality. And it always seems to be that position. And I know there are tons of positions in football that people have messed up: quarterback, defensive end, linebacker, whatever it may be, cornerback. But it seems that like the well of just bad stuff comes from the well of receivers. You look at your own state or your own team. Rashee Rice had the mess up. You look at Tyreek Hill, Jamison Williams gambling in the stadium. You look at Antonio Brown, Henry Ruggs. Go back even further in the day. Michael Irvin, Chris Carter. And there's just something that's always about receivers, and I don't know what it is, but it has to change, man. Like it just seems like it's always these receivers that, do these bonehead things. And if you know Aiden Ross is not good, have somebody there to tell you, like, hey man, maybe sit this one out. It wasn't gonna be his brother, who we've seen slap a fan across the face in New York and then steal a car from a Lakers player.
Yeah.
So like, I have concerns that like for some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's ego. I don't know if it's contract. I don't know if it's like the superstardom that comes with it. But it always seems that like receivers don't have that sort of person to maybe tell them no. Now there are a bunch of good guys out there. But again, the list just goes on and on and on. I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon.
Well, I think what it goes to show you is that everybody in life needs mentors around them, right? And I didn't really understand what all that meant until I started kind of, working with Dayton Moore and the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation and truly seeing what mentors were all about. Because, you take your parents out of the equation. I don't know that I really had one of those true coaches and mentors that would come alongside of me and help me along. And I've told Dayton that numerous times. That's why I'm so in love with what they do at CU in the major leagues, because they have mentors for all of these kids that come alongside them and help them and kind of lead them down the right pathway in life. And I think it's one of the most important things that you could have later on in life. I have found somebody that has become a mentor of mine. I spoke to him the other day on the phone. I was crying. We were having the conversation, right? And so those are the type of conversations. Everybody needs somebody like that in their life that they can talk to, and somebody that will pull them back in and say, stop. You can't be doing this kind of stuff. Like the way that Patrick Mahomes came into the NFL is the, I will say, should be the textbook way for every single NFL player to come into the NFL. He came in, he wasn't a starter, he took a back seat, didn't take an endorsement, didn't take any of the hype, any of that, just let it all play out. And then when he became the starter, they did it. It was a well-oiled machine when Patrick Mahomes came into the NFL. And that's because he had good mentors, his godfather, his father, his agents, the Chiefs. He had a lot of great people around him. And that's, I think, what everybody needs in life. Everybody needs a mentor. Everybody needs somebody to give them direction and to lead them and to help them and be that voice for them. And somebody that can come on board and say, you need to cut that kind of stuff out too. And so I think it's good for everybody. And look, I think these guys in the NFL, every position group, no matter where you are, should have somebody like that can kind of check you. And you need somebody in your life that can kind of check you at times, right? Not be, yeah, you're doing great, you're wonderful, this is awesome. Now you need that person who can come alongside you and go, hey, if you keep doing this, you're never going to make that money that you want. You're never going to be an all-pro. You're never going to be a superstar in your profession or whatever it is. Having somebody check you is one of the most important things that you can have in life. They're hard conversations, and nobody wants to hear negative stuff, and nobody wants to deliver that negative news. But if people had those mentors to come alongside them and give them that negative news and give them that information, maybe we're not seeing so many guys get in trouble.
I mean, that's why I have Rob Maloney. Hey, man, go home and pour yourself a Surfside. Thank you, Rob.
Hello, America.
Oh, check out Mac's shirt.
Hell yeah.
That's Mentor 101 right
Yeah.
there.
Heck yeah.
Size medium.
No, I mean, I know on a personal, I know, Bob, you've helped me a lot, personal and professionally as a mentor.
You haven't told me that's anything.
BBL Stinky.
Dusty, you have as well. You need someone there that you can count on, look up to, and know that they'll be there to help you. And like you said, check you. And I think, bringing that to Kansas City, we got to hope that our two wide receivers specifically, find that as well. We know they have both had some news, maybe that alleged or not, has come out not in the best way, not in the best manner. So we got to make sure that they get checked. For Puka, you've got a guy there that's pretty damn good at wide receiver that stayed out of bad news. You should maybe go ask him a couple questions.
Devontae Adams, you're talking about?
He's a Hall of Famer. Yeah,
and he's got a Taco Bell in his house too. And anybody can pull that off, man. I'm sitting down taking notes.
Quesarito's back,
and maybe the worst thing he's done is push a cameraman.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes,
he did have that.
Yeah,
That's
he
fair.
did have that
That's
moment.
fair.
Yep. And that was not a good moment for him.
That was a bad moment.
And I think he owned it, didn't he? Didn't he end up paying the guy?
think he did.
He got maybe kind of sued, but not sued, but
I can't remember how that all played out. And I knew
It was a couple years ago.
Involved.
Yeah, when he was with the Raiders, and it was
fair.
temper got a little hot. But I mean, that's it.
Right.
But why do you think it is wide receiver?
I think,
is it the flashiness of the position that the ego just kind of takes over?
Yeah, it is the flashiest position in sports,
For
right?
sure.
I mean, I don't know that there's a position more flashier than wide
Quarterback,
receiver.
but they don't all do that.
Yeah, but wide receivers have a different skill set than everybody else.
That's true.
The speed, the strength,
Jumping
the ability.
high, the one hand.
Yeah, like the wide receiver position in all of sports is probably the sexiest position.
They get to do a dance after every play. If it's a first down.
Yeah, like
So
find
it's
me a
ego
sexy.
driven.
Yeah, and it should be. Like you have to have that ego to
part of
play.
it.
And, it really is. I mean, it's part. You're going up against grown men that are coming across the field to try to clean your clock. You do have to have a little bit of an ego to play that position. Is there a sexier position in sports other than wide receiver? I don't think so.
Give me the baseball. Let me be a hose on the mound.
But you don't like.
I get to play once every fifth day.
That's what I was going to get ready to say. Yeah, like you're not doing it enough.
Well, receive. I mean, we're these good every fifth week, but
yeah.
The thing is
if that,
I don't know, starting pitcher that you're the guy. You're getting the ball in your hand and you're standing on the hill and you've got that crowd electric. Like you tell me anywhere I'd rather be in sports. Game 7, World Series. I got the ball in my hand.
But isn't a reliever sexier than a starter? I mean, you come into the music and the fanfare and everybody's cheering.
Starting pitcher, if you're home, you get the music.
You do.
You don't get the music if you're a reliever on the road.
No, you're a starter. I don't know. I don't know what's sexier. Like being Wade Davis, like that was a sexy position coming in. Or being Cole Reagan just going out there and striking everybody out too. I still think wide receiver is probably the sexiest position in sports.
I don't think there's a position in basketball. I don't know.
Shooting guard, maybe?
Yeah, shooting guard. I'm thinking about a guy flying high and dunking. I don't know if that would be like Blake Griffin in his prime. That was awesome. But I don't know if that's sexy.
But that's a person, not a position,
exactly.
if you will.
Like Steph Curry, like the way he played. But that's not a position.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have, if I was Scotty Scheffler, that'd be pretty sexy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be more I'd want to own it more. I'd want a little bit more like Happy Gilmore.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Then that's Scotty's lifestyle. That's just who he is. He's just cool, calm, and collected dude. But I mean, yeah, it's just weird, man. It just seems like every time we see a star wide receiver come into the league, there's something that happens. And I just wish that would just not happen as often.
We sit here and we say these guys are boring, cliche. I'd really rather have that than having to deal this time of the season where your number one weapon is in trouble because he's, doing things he shouldn't do on live streams. And then his brother stole a car from somebody. And then those live streamers showed up at the facility. You heard that? That's the other part of the story. Puka invited them to come hang out at the Rams facility. And they're like, no.
Nope.
The number one reason why both teams are going to leave the state of Missouri and go to Kansas on the other side here, 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, college football fans, it's Dusty Likens here to tell you it's time to lock in on those playoff showdowns with BetMGM. Whether you're riding on an upset or hoping the favorite dominates, take your excitement to the next level with an odds boost token. Log in to your BetMGM account to receive your token, then place a bet on any college football matchup with your activated token. If your boosted bet hits, you'll score a bigger payout. No matter where the action is, betting with a boost will make the biggest games of the season even more memorable. Don't miss out on BetMGM's lineup of promotions for the biggest college football showdowns of the year. Log in to claim your odds boost token. The game is about to kick off, so own the moment with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms.
21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here to tell you Rob Sight Ford is closing in on a record-setting year, and they're doing whatever it takes to get there.
That's right, Kevin. We're pulling out all the stops to finish the year strong. 0% for up to 66 months on most Ford models, including F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Super Duties, and Transits. Top dollar trade-ins and pricing other dealers won't match.
If you've been waiting for the moment to buy, this is it. We've got the vehicles. We've got the deals. We just need one thing, you behind the wheel.
Impeccable rhyme, Kevin. But hey, this is simple, upfront, and easy, and it all ends January 5th.
Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 reviews, and voted best car dealership in Kansas City by Kansas City Magazine. And now, we're going for the finish line. Rob Sight Ford. Buy right with Rob Sight.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHT.com. You want inventory, you want price, you want more for your trade. Let's make it happen.
End the year in a Ford before this event drives off.
Dane Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention. Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're going to love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dane Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
In downtown, 670 eastbound, slow rolling approaching 71. 70 eastbound is a little heavy before Grand and stays sluggish into the I-29 interchange. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Titans on Sunday with pregame starting at 9. Kickoff at noon with Mitch, Danon, and Kling. Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. In Odyssey Sports Station.
Roll along on a Friday here in Kansas City on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Like it's all damn glad to have you. You guys get blown away or see that wind?
That wind was crazy out there yesterday.
Did you feel the temperature drop like within the hours?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be back up today. It's like 30 degrees colder than it was at this time yesterday. But by the end of the day, it's supposed to be warm again. And then on Christmas, it's supposed to be 70.
Hell yeah.
What a great day to tailgate. Seriously, I'm like, Ralph and I already been texting this morning. Ralph was out yesterday getting the bus fueled up and gassed up for the Christmas Day game that we're going to be doing, our final game of the year, obviously. And Ralph sends me this text yesterday, and I'm going to just read it on the air. He says, I haven't driven the bus since the October Raider game. Took it today to give it a bath and get some fuel. Old-timer walks up to me and said, no offense, but Mahomes ain't Dan Marino or Drew Brees. And Ralph says, and I said, yeah, together they have one Super Bowl. Mahomes has 3, dumbass. Imagine walking up to somebody with a Chiefs bus in like Tonganoxie and saying, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is no Dan Marino or Drew Brees. You're right, he's not. He's better.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, what a pull that is. Like if you went up to Ralph or whoever and said, Mahomes is no Tom Brady. Okay, you're right, he's not. Dan Marino and Drew Brees.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes wasn't in a movie.
It's true.
That is true.
It's true.
Not yet.
You got any more of that gum, Ace? I don't, Dan, and I'd appreciate you staying on my personal affairs. You're a weird guy, Ace. You're a weird guy. That wasn't the news of yesterday. The news yesterday is that there is going to be a meeting in Topeka, Kansas. Now we are waiting to see if the LLC will approve what they want to approve. And if that is the case, then the big dogs of the Kansas City Chiefs will be present in Kansas on Monday, and the Chiefs will be leaving. And then soon to follow, the Royals will follow suit. And Jackson County is losing both of its teams.
Yes, they are. Jackson County is definitely losing both of those teams.
I am just absolutely hurt.
Yeah, but there could be a new Spirit Halloween store where the 2 stadiums are
Bob,
now.
I don't need this.
Or maybe a landfill.
You already told me to go back to first grade and learn to read. Think about my day yesterday, okay? Okay? Think about my day yesterday. Good friend, co-host, says, you can't read. There's a class on that. It's called first grade.
Today, Junior.
That was shot number 1. Shot number 2, there's other things that happen, but then the stadium news happens. And then I get told I'm going to have a Spirit Halloween. What is going to go there?
I would think a landfill at this point in time. I mean, Mark Donovan 2 years ago said it's an undesirable location, and he's right. I mean, it's a dump out there right now, so I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, 60 years and nothing came, right?
Get a projector. Let's have the best tailgate parties out there every weekend.
Put a drive-in out there. Drive-in would be kind of cool, yeah. But I don't know. I just think you make it kind of a land. I don't really know what you can do with that land out there anymore. But people always want to know why. Why do things happen, right? How did this happen, right? I don't think anybody should be surprised about this move, or moves, I should say. I've been telling you about this since February 26, 2024. This should not be a shock to anyone. But the why, and here is why the Royals and Chiefs are now moving to the state of Kansas. It comes down to one thing, and that is leadership. Kansas has it, Missouri doesn't. And at the end of the day, if folks in Jackson County are mad and upset, I understand. But the reason why is Frank White and Mayor L. and everyone else who didn't lead in the state of Missouri. And I blame Mayor L on this because his handling of the downtown stadium was very weak. The Royals were ready to build in the East Village. They had the land ready to go. Everything was pretty much a done deal. They're not going to root anybody. It was a blank space down there. And then at the 11th hour, Mayor L's like, put it in the crossroads so we can connect the bridge and make the, power and light district more successful. And once they did that and they started to uproot people and the noise got louder and louder and louder, they failed and the vote failed. And so that's on leadership. Frank White, same thing. Leadership with him as well. From what I've been told by sources close to the Kansas City City Council, Mayor L has kept the council in the dark on all of this, and they're not happy about it. Same with Frank White. From what I've been told, he kept the Jackson County legislators in the dark on a lot of this as well.
What's he doing now?
He's not doing anything anymore. Yeah, he was impeached. And then neither the council nor the legislature are happy with either. The council is not happy with the mayor based on the way that all of this went down. And the Jackson County legislature is obviously not happy with Frank White because, he's no longer employed, with the county. And so that's ultimately what it comes down to. During this whole process, you didn't really hear much out of the state of Kansas. You didn't hear anything out of Overland Park. You didn't hear anything out of Shawnee or Olathe. You heard stuff from Leawood, who they don't have a say, have another jumbo Kendall Jackson and call it a day. They have no say in all this. You heard a lot, though, from the Missouri side. And the more that they spoke on the Missouri side, you probably realize they're not signing NDAs, but everybody on the Kansas side is signing an NDA. And so ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Very poor leadership by Quentin Lucas, very poor leadership by Frank White, Very poor, just leadership by, I guess, the governor as well in the state of Missouri. And Kansas had their leaders in place. They did everything quietly, behind closed doors, took care of everything, got the deals done that they needed to get done to get the Royals and Chiefs to cross the state line. And again, Missouri had the first right of refusal on this in April of 2024. And Missouri said no. And once you say no, well, then you open the door. It's just like anything, right? You ask a girl out on a date, she says no, you move on to the next girl, and she says yes. The girl who said no can't be mad at you that you moved on. It's just that's the way that life works.
Attacking my life. Please.
I was talking more about Mac.
I've moved on to Cougars.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
That's where it's at. I mean, you're almost 40 now.
I don't have Chiefs or Royals, so I moved on to my home team, the Cougars.
I mean, you're almost 40 now, so the Cougar kind of your age, right? It just
line up,
Silver
ladies.
Foxes. Here we come.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Absolutely.
I mean, I told you for years, B. Arthur was my one. Now she's dead. So anyway, back to it. Back to the leadership side of things, and that's where it was won, and that's why I kind of said all along. The adults are playing in Kansas. The kids are playing in Missouri. And they just never led and handled it the right way. People want to be a politician or in position of leadership until you need to be a leader. And when you need to be a leader, as we saw during COVID, as we saw during everything, how many supposed leaders out there crumbled under pressure? And that's what, happened in the state of Missouri. It ended up being leadership. And really, it was leadership because Quentin Lucas didn't even endorse the plan until the Saturday before the vote at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when nobody's paying attention. Nobody really knew. The delivery of the message was poor. The Chiefs' plan in Jackson County wasn't the best, and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it comes down to leadership and telling people the importance of keeping these teams in town, because it's not just losing the teams from your state. You're losing the 1% earnings tax. You're losing, the revenue, the tax that people spend at the stadium and all that kind of stuff. It is a major financial loss for Kansas City, Missouri, and Jackson County to not only lose the Royals and Chiefs, but to lose Lockton as well. Like, people aren't focusing on that. This leadership of Casey Moe in the last couple of weeks is going to be known for losing Lockton, the Royals, and the Chiefs. That's Quentin Lucas's legacy.
This was Quentin Lucas's response to the news yesterday. Quote, Kansas City does not negotiate in public and will not change course today.
Probably don't negotiate in private.
As the city and our Missouri partners continue discussions with our long-term partners at the Kansas City Chiefs and the Royals, partners at the Chiefs and the Royals, we remain steadfast in working toward an agreement in the best interest of our community and the greatest success of our teams on and off the field.
Yeah, it's a good word salad.
Okay.
Really good word salad. Like, it's too little too late, man. Like, you had your chance. You lollygagged it around, if you will. Didn't take it serious. And then reality hits you in the face. And you're like, oh, my God, what happened? I didn't see this coming. Well, we all saw this coming. We heeded the warning on February 22nd or 26th, 2024. If this vote fails, there is a possibility of both of these teams relocating to Kansas. And I was the town crier. I was an idiot. It's never going to happen. And when people get into that mindset, regardless of what it is, that it can never happen, you know what happens? It always happens. It always happens. The it's never going to happen people are the worst crowd out there, because it always does happen. And you're burying your head and you're not paying attention. And nobody took Kansas seriously, including Mayor Ellen Frank White. And you know what happened? Kansas became a serious effing player.
It's a sad day for me, man. Sad day for us in Jackson County.
Are you moving to Knoll now?
Well, Rob said he's going to buy a house, and he said he'd rent out his townhouse.
Oh, all right.
There we go.
Oh, Rob Maloney.
Just let me cope.
He's ball at the ball with the silver medal. Yeah, he always comes up short, and the sand trap's got fried mushrooms. His favorite emoji is flex. Rob Maloney.
That's all I need. I just need
to get you happy.
Yeah. Come on. Oh.
Merry Christmas coming up, right?
That's right, Mitch Holtis. He'll join us on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan. You're over Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
We love entertaining during the holidays, but we also love spending time with friends and family. That's why we're letting Hy-Vee do everything, because Hy-Vee has convenient pre-made holiday meal packs for any size gathering. Made fresh and ready-to-heat menu favorites like succulent turkey, honey-glazed spiral ham, or prime rib, plus savory sides, rolls, and a choice of dessert. And don't forget the wine and spirits department. So pick up your meal the day before the holiday and then just heat and serve on the big day. This holiday season, let Hy-Vee do the cooking while you take the credit, only at Hy-Vee.
Score big savings with Hy-Vee and the Kansas City Chiefs. Big points mean even bigger savings. Just shop Hy-Vee the day after a game and earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score and based on the amount you spend. If the Chiefs score 42 points, you save 42 cents a gallon with any $42 purchase. The more we score, the more you save. Win or lose, everyone scores the day after a Chiefs game only at Hy-Vee. Offer good in-store and online. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
Thanks for calling the Holiday Gift Line from the Missouri Lottery. If you still have presents to buy, don't panic. Missouri Lottery holiday scratchers and draw games are perfect for everyone on your list 18 and over. And you don't even need a gift receipt. Happy holiday gifting from the Missouri Lottery. Play responsibly.
Game Day headquarters is at Dave & Buster's, the ultimate watch destination. 30-plus screens, including jaw-dropping 40-foot TVs. We'll put you in the center of the action. Join Cody Tapp with 96.5 The Fan this Sunday, December 21st, from noon to 2 p.m. at Dave & Buster's, 1843 Village West Parkway off I-435 and I-70 in Kansas City. Enjoy half-price games Sunday through Thursdays. No purchase necessary. Cheer on KC at Dave & Buster's, where every game is a big game.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Joe?
I started a woodworking business. I was able to build beautiful furniture, but had no handle on the business side of things, so quickly fell behind in my taxes. 1 year of being behind in taxes quickly turned into 5 years. I ended up owing almost $37,000.
Then Joe found Tax Relief Advocates.
I would hear ads for tax relief advocates. One day it just clicked. This is my exact situation that I'm in. So I wrote down the number and called from the car when I got home that day. TRA saved me 99% of what I owed the IRS, and that brought a huge sense of relief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Joe did and call TRA for a consultation.
I'm really happy that I made that call, and I finally felt like I could breathe again.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-513-5321. 800-513-5321. That's 800-513-5321.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game, like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code Radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250, whether you win or lose. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds, -500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound moves well. Trip from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound, 435 to 670. Still an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
He's been the voice of Chiefs Kingdom since 1994.
Damian Williams, 20, stays in bounds, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City, Damian Williams runs to immortality.
Here's Mitch Holtis on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
That's right. Friday, 7:20 Mitch Holtis time. It's brought to you by GEHA, Government Employee Health Association Incorporated. Also brought to you by Silverstein Eye Centers. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Centers. Well, Mitch, we might get to see some guys that we haven't seen all year. The playoffs out of the picture. So have you thought about maybe letting me come into the booth and do a half with you to see if the young guys can prevail?
Let me think a second. Let me take it under advisement. No.
That's longer than I give myself credit for, so I appreciate that thoughtful process.
I thought about it. All right. So, Mac mid-major Morey.
Yes, sir. We're here.
He gets 5 seconds. I give it, hey, Dusty, mute Bob, okay?
Is that you saying that, or
Bob's the
Jackson?
one now that goes,
oh, that was good.
Bob, no. Okay, now, so Bob's the one that would come in today and go, Dusty, you're getting a bike for Christmas. You're getting an electric bike. You're like, what? Yeah, I saw Dad buy it for you. Like, that's Bob.
I've been telling Kansas that for 2 years, Mitch, that they were getting a bike, and now they're getting two of them. So, yes, I understand your reference.
All right, Mitch, I got my clock set. I've got my clock set for 5 seconds. I've got Bob's mic mute and Mac's ready.
Mac, you ready? Here you go. Here's I'll give you a clue, and you get 5 seconds.
Okay, clue. Great. Give me
Fran Fraschilla.
Don't know. Mercer.
Manhattan.
Mercer already did Mercer.
Manhattan.
The Manhattan Jaspers. You got it. Who guessed it? I don't even know. I got
that was
4
me.
Going here.
That was me,
Nice
Bob.
job, Bob.
That's Bob. It's Bob.
Yeah.
Bob got it.
Bob, the surprise runner since February of 2024 here, right?
I can't go there, boys.
I got you.
I'm not going there today.
I got you.
Can you say Merry Chris Mitch, though? Are you going with that? Because I've coined that today.
Well, or no.
Oh.
All I know is the movie What About Bob about the psychiatrist and Bill Murray is based on the life of Bob Fescoe.
God, I wish. I wish.
Baby steps, Mitch. Baby steps. Hey,
Baby.
There we go.
Strapped to the tree with dynamite in the park. That's Dusty, you're getting a bike for Christmas. I saw Dad buy it for you.
Hey, okay, so Mitch, I am interested from your take on this game against Tennessee on Sunday, because there is going to be what I've considered an opportunistic game for guys that want to be here next year. I look at guys like July. I mean, obviously July will be here, but like guys that can show what they can bring to the table, like a Bashard Smith, the Bassa, or, more of Gelati. What goes through your mind in a game like this against the Titans?
Well, you're right on with that one. And I'm going to also direct you to our Defending the Kingdom podcast. If people are driving around or thinking, what's why would I even be interested in the Tennessee game? Matt and I get into, I know you're going to have Matt on later this morning. Matt and I get into more detail on this, but let me give you 6 guys. I'll just give you a snippet because that's where Matt and I went. And on defense, it's Ashton Gelati. It's Noel Williams. I think Noel Williams has a chance to be a linchpin along with Gelati in the defense in 26. But you have to see it now because you're going to see it against Cam Ward. You're going to see it against the Broncos. You're going to see it against Brock Bowers. So this is like real-life stuff. So those two, and then Matt threw in, and I'd agree with it, it's Kevin Knowles. People don't know about him, but Kevin Knowles has been a demon on special teams, and now he's going to sprinkle in and play a little dime and nickel because of the injuries. And so this is a real-world look at him. On the offensive side, what do we have with Brashard Smith? Is he going to be a younger version of Jerick McKinnon? Or what do we have there with more responsibility? Because he's got speed and talent. But his longest run has been 8 yards, and his longest pass, I think, is 17. Jalen Royals. What do we have with Jalen Royals? We saw it a little bit in camp, saw a little bit in OTAs. But he's only had one 30-yard kick return. That's it. And then Esapole, to me, is at the top of all 6 of these guys. This Esapole, to me, is the valedictorian of this discussion because he could be an answer to the tackle issues going into 2026. He's already played against 2 high-level opponents, and he's going to get more here. So, and including going against the Broncos, which is going to be nasty on Christmas night. So, yeah, it's real, and it needs to be paid attention to if anybody has hope for 26.
You know, you look at Brashard Smith and Royals in particular from an offensive standpoint. Why haven't we seen them more this year? It's not like anybody was really doing enough to get in their way to take away reps from those guys.
I think in Royals' case it was, because Royals' duty, the way I see it, will be like a younger version of Juju Smith-Schuster, the door hinge guy.
Okay.
Who is going to be intermediate guy. He can also go long if you want him to, but he's going to set the pick and get the guy open. He'll make the pivot route on 3rd and 6 to get you 9. I think Royals has a chance of being that guy, but that's Juju. And you're still trying to win games and get to the playoffs, and you're not experimenting. And Juju, you know what you're getting with Juju, and Juju's been really good this year, but mainly when he doesn't have the ball. That's where you got to watch video on him. So I think that's the case. With Brashard Smith, I think it's been more of what's his role as it pertains to Pacheco and to Kareem Hunt. That's why I'm saying the next 3 weeks you get a little more of a look at him in a bigger role to see what do we have going into the 26 off season.
Yeah, and I think that's huge for the next 3 games to see some of these guys and see what they can do. And I've been wanting to see Brashard Smith for a while now, and I think he can be a dynamic player. So let me ask you this: how then can a young guy like a Brashard Smith or a Jalen Royals get onto the field? Like, what do they have to show the coaches or Andy or whoever that may be to show and earn that trust that they can be on the field from Jump Street, basically?
Sometimes it's a little unfair because you only get one at-bat to show I can drive you guys in.
Yeah.
And it's a pinch hit on August the 20th, right? And, man, he ripped the double, but he did it again. He looks good doing it. It's just a given a chance. And I think that's why we're saying these 3 games, there'll be a chance that has not been there in the first 14. So that's why, yeah, I mean, it's important. It's also why this is going to get into a bigger discussion. Players opt out of bowls. Now we have teams opting out of bowls. And I can hear all the reasons of it, portal and NIL. The bowl, I've seen programs really up close and close to us that built their program based on the bowls. And why is the very discussion we're having right now. You don't opt out in the NFL. You get a chance, you seize it. The bowl season for many schools, including KU and K-State, and Mizzou, have been ways that you really set up your next year. And to just forfeit that and let it go to oblivion, you're now going in minus, not 0 going into the next year, you're going in at minus. And so here we are with young players, with us, who have lived in the opt-out world. Because the opt-out world's now been there for 3 years. But in the NFL, you don't opt out. And so I hope at some point college gets it figured out and there's some kind of renaissance, because we have major programs around us that are forfeiting evaluation time in a real-world sense.
Yeah.
That really helps you for next year. The bowl, I can get a bowl ring or whatever. It's really the next season. And I've seen K-State, they set up their next year of what they've done by maximizing the bowls. And now that you just pass on it, I'll take 40 guys. I'll go to the Fidel house and buy 40 guys. But I might have another 20. I might have another 20 that are on the team that get a shot that you're going, you know what, this guy and this guy is more than we thought that we can use in 26.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're K-State, KU, Mizzou, or Missouri State, or anybody else.
Yeah, and I think that perfectly segues into the next question as we're talking to Mitch Holtis, the voice of the Chiefs here on 96.5 The Fan. Gardner Minshew, he's going to get 3 cracks at this thing, and, he's going to try to, in my opinion, like, why not try to show that you can stick around? Because I don't know what time does, but say Mahomes isn't ready to go for the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season next year. Gardner's got something he can show Andy and company as well, Mitch.
Well, don't you, even if Pat's ready to go, and I'm not going to bet against him.
True.
Don't you have to have a guy really close in the on-deck circle because you're having a guy coming off rehab?
Mm-hmm, for sure.
I mean, this is the vice president. The president has been ill. Oh, he's ready to go, but the vice president has to be more ready than he's been in the past, or she.
Yep.
So that's what we got here. Now, I'll ask you guys this. In the 13 years of Andy Reid, who's a better backup quarterback the Chiefs have had than Gardner Minshew?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, trick answer. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go.
I would give Chad Henne some credit.
Henne, yeah, that was a good one. Matt Moore.
Well, Matt Moore, because he won those games. You got to win games.
Yep.
Nick Foles was here. People forget about Nick Foles.
Right.
And Henne won a playoff game. He didn't start a playoff game, but he came in and won a playoff game. All right, worthy discussion. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I think Gardner Minshew is in a discussion of being the best of all those guys.
Wow. Okay.
Now he's started 46 games. He's won 17 of those. He has started and won 9 games since the beginning of 2023. He went 7-6 as the Colts quarterback. He almost got him into the playoffs. He went 4-2 against the Titans. He passed for 312 against the Titans. He has 9 300-yard passing games. I've asked all week long, how much of the playbook do you have to forfeit? Because you're 1,000 plays the Chiefs have. How much do you have to go, well, we better set these 554 aside because it's Minshew. And I'm telling you guys, with a lot of quarterbacks, that's what you have to do. But not with this guy, not with Minshew. He's capable of winning all 3 of these games. And I'm not lying or waving a pom-pom.
So let me ask you this then. I know everybody is expecting Patrick to be back for opening day, and nobody's going to doubt Patrick Mahomes, right? But that can't be your plan of action going into the offseason. Well, we think, you got to be definitive, obviously, going into the offseason. That being said, is Gardner Minshew the guy that comes back next year? Because it seems like every year we have that revolving door for the most part at backup quarterback. Does Gardner Minshew get that next opportunity? And would you be okay and comfortable with him being the starter if he had to for the first couple of games next year?
I am right now in December, whatever this is, 19th.
Yeah.
But let's talk again on January the 7th or whatever.
Yeah.
Because these 3 games are big. Because now he's going to have Andy Reid working with him and the staff, and the players most of the players that surround him will be there in OTAs and camp. You also can't blow that off because Pat's not going to be there for OTAs and camp with all of his rehab. So I think he can. I have every bit of confidence he can. Now, what Brett Veach has to think about is all of this discussion and what are we going to pay the guy? Because I've really got in my mind what a backup quarterback can be paid because there's so many big decisions that have to be made related to the cap. That's one. And 2, can Gardner Minshew win 1 game? Can he win 2 games? Can he win a playoff game? Because he's not won a playoff game. All these are decisions, and Chad Henne did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Nick Foles won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. All right, it's a decision box that Brett Veach has to have, but now he's got to throw the dollars into this. What am I willing to pay Gardner Minshew to be in that role? And so these 3 games are gigantic for Minshew to have a fighting chance. Now, I mean, he's going to have Esa Pole and Chu Godric as the tackles.
Right.
But he's going to have, I think we're going to have Trey Smith back. That'll help him. But we're going to know on January 7th. I'll be on to that Friday after the season with you guys.
Right.
And bring that up. Put it in your phone to ask me, because it'll be a more pertinent discussion then when we see these 3 games.
Okay, let me ask you this: the next 3 games, how much of this, in your opinion, needs to be Travis Kelce centric as well?
About 61.92%.
Okay.
That's how I like my beer, Mitch.
Now, we can argue. I love George Brett. We can argue, and Lenny Dawson and all those guys. Do they, or if it's Mount Rushmore, Kelsey's on there with them. Think about this guy, a first ballot Hall of Famer that won 3 Super Bowls. He will have already. He's got like 13 NFL records all time. When you look at the playoff statistics, only he and Jerry Rice are 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 in some pass catching statistics. It's phenomenal when you look at the numbers with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is like George Brett being 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 in postseason with, I don't know, Ted Williams. All right, but that's what we've got here. He's every bit as good as those guys, and you can argue maybe even a notch ahead because he won 3 Super Bowl championships, and the fact that he has dominated his sport for 12 seasons, and the fact that he's played over 12,000 snaps. Kels is almost in a place by himself in the lore of the sports history of our whole community.
Yeah, it is crazy, man, when you think about it.
Yeah, Mitch, I want to ask you, maybe it's like just a personal question, because we talked to Danon about it. He says he takes the binoculars, kind of looked at Travis Kelce the other night when he was soaking it all in on the national anthem. Have you done that yet with Travis? And the other part of that question is, where does Travis rank for you as a broadcaster of this team for so many years, seeing so many players come through?
Well, one, I've used I get an opportunity to see Kels just walking in the hallway. And I don't want to take any second for granted. And I've told him that. He knows it. I don't want to take any second for granted that I just get to be around the guy. Even if it's a fist pump or to joke about, hey, you're at 12,000 snaps. He's like, dude, you're making me feel old. Or he'll joke or laugh or he'll just give me a wink. Now, it started last year, guys. It started last year. I wasn't as melancholy as he was. And a couple times he gave me these big bear hugs, and I'm thinking he's done. This is it for him. And I think the Super Bowl made him come back. I'm not saying he's done. I'm not, because I thought he was done last year. But to answer your question specifically, I'm trying to soak in every second with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've already got granddaughters, but maybe I'll have great-granddaughters or grandsons, and I'll tell them, yeah, I was around this guy for 13 seasons, and he's one of the more remarkable athletes to walk the planet ever, to do what he did, how he did it, all that he was asked to do, and he did it at a superb highest level of anybody. So what was your other question? Oh, where does he rank of my 32 years of guys? I kind of already gave you that answer. And I don't do it to demean anybody else that plays, because when you get asked that question, people look at it like, well, you like him better than T-Guns. I love T-Guns. I just wish he could have been on these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kels is right there. And I get emotional talking about it.
Yep.
He's right there. The fact that I got the chance to have the blessing to call every one of his games, and he didn't play for anybody else. He didn't go play for the Falcons. We didn't trade him because the people around wanted to trade him. We didn't trade him. If he retires this year, he will have played every second of his NFL life with the team that I get to call the games for. I'm not going to take that for granted ever. And it's one of those, it's like a song. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be gone someday, but he's right up there.
You know,
and I think the dude's he's awesome, man. The guy's awesome.
Yeah, you get emotional, and I was getting emotional as you were talking as well. And I think that's the proper feeling for this because, when the schedule came out and we all looked at it, I said, okay, one of our games this year on our tickets, we're going to the final game of the season. We're going Christmas night. We'll take the kids on Christmas night because I believe it probably will be Travis Kelce's last home game, here in Kansas City as a member of the Chiefs. And this was well before the season. This was right when the schedule came out. I said, obviously there'll be playoff games, but I want to make sure we're there for that final, regular season game. I took the kids to the final game for Haas and Moose and all of them. And I'm getting emotional now because it goes back to the family bonding thing that, this winning has created these bonds and these love affairs for people in this town that you can't explain to anybody else. Like, some of my best friends are because of the Chiefs, man. It's really crazy to think about this run of success and this string of 10 years and what it's meant for everybody in this town. And I was not going to have my kids miss that Christmas night game to say goodbye to Travis Kelce potentially. I think Christmas night is going to be one of the most emotional places we've ever been when it comes to sports.
And think of, to me, a Royals comp would be Salvi.
Yeah.
This is Salvi winning 3 World Series titles. That's what this is. Or Salvi being listed 1-2 with, I don't know, Yogi Berra in Major League Baseball history for catchers in the postseason or for any players in the postseason. That's what this is. Kels is at that level. Now, and think about Salvi, because even Moose, Haas, all those guys, Salvi caught. He flipping caught. And that is such a hard job.
Yep.
And tight in this system and playing in the NFL, you have to do everything. You're a lineman and you're a wide receiver. You get hit when you don't get hit. And so the fact that that Kelce did such hard work and did it at such a high level, I need to use present tense verb, that he's set apart from even any of those comps. Salvi'd be the closest, but he won 3 world titles here, and he never played for anybody else. I mean, he's the Tony Gwynn that won 3 titles for the Padres, and T. Gwynn didn't win any. So these comps, you look at him and you go, whoa, okay, maybe he's on the shelf over there by himself in your library of your man cave, sitting there with his own shrine. That's what we probably have to put Travis. And yeah, I'll feel all that on Christmas night, and so will you guys. And I love it that you did that with your kids to say, soak this in, because you'll appreciate it someday. Now, I've got another one that I'm going to be emotional about that you don't know about. When are we on next?
After the holiday. We got next 2 Fridays we're off. So we're on after the season.
Next 2 Fridays are off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
I can't do this yet. Well, I can't do it yet, but we're going to just put that on there too. I've given you, let's do Minshew, bookmark it. What do you think? Ask me those questions. And then give me another one where I'm feeling the same thing about, but I can't do it now. So just put it down. It's not the same. It's because Kelsey's on the shelf in the man cave by himself. But this is something we need to discuss in that next discussion with you guys. So just put it in your book. Mac will remember it.
No, he won't.
I've already written it down.
I already wrote it down. Yeah.
I've already written it down.
All right. Just because I'm going to go there, and I want to give it time, and it's going to be time well spent. But just put it down. There's a tease for 2 weeks, and everybody will forget what we do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, just put it down. A tease for 2 weeks, and we'll chat about it.
All right, Mitch, from our families to yours, I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holiday, and enjoy the rest of the season. And we'll talk to you in 2 weeks about what are we supposed to ask you? Oh,
Yeah,
they wrote it down.
Yeah,
All right,
we
they
wrote it down. Merry
Sorry,
Christmas, Mitch.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you guys. And Dusty, you're getting a bike. I said, Dad, getting you a bike. You're getting a bike. All right. What's in the big pack? I don't know. You're getting a bike. Thank you, Bob.
Anytime, Mitch.
All right, Mr. Holtis, have a good one, man.
Mitch.
See you, boys.
Later. That's Mitch Holtis there, brought to you by GEHA, Government Employee Health Association Incorporated. Also brought to you by Silverstein Eye Centers. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. Coming up next, Mac Morey, Mid-Major Mac. He gives us one word. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
It's Bob.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, let me tell you something, folks. My friends over at West Shore Home want to make this holiday great for you. And what they're saying is, you know what? Give yourself a gift, but better, give your home a gift this holiday season, because my friends at West Shore Home can do it better than anybody else. And as you know, home remodeling shouldn't be stressful. And at West Shore Home, they are proving that it doesn't have to be. With real-time scheduling and precision scan-to-plan accuracy, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. And that's why hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home to transform their bathroom windows and doors. Your home probably needs new windows. All homes need new windows. Over time, they get bad, right? You can feel that cold air coming in. Check those windows out. If that's happening to you, then you need to get on the phone with my friends over at West Shore Home. Right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower for free, and you'll lock in an extra $500 off just for listening to the show. But you need to schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan. That's westshorehome.com/fan. It's West Shore Home.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We'll help you find last-minute gifts that don't look last-minute, even if you're still planning to propose. At Shane Company, we'll show you perfect gifts at perfect prices, in stock and ready to give. Like hand-matched diamond studs, 14-karat gold chains, or the ultimate gift, a beautiful engagement ring. We have longer store hours, so you can skip the crowds and shop when you want, or visit us at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did. Right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part? You can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed. With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement, 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line, $100 plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Joe?
I started a woodworking business. I was able to build beautiful furniture, but had no handle on the business side of things, so quickly fell behind in my taxes. 1 year of being behind in taxes quickly turned into 5 years. I ended up owing almost $37,000.
Then Joe found Tax Relief Advocates.
I would hear ads for Tax Relief Advocates. One day it just clicked, this is my exact situation that I'm in. So I wrote down the number and called from the car when I got home that day. TRA saved me 99% of what I owed the IRS, and that brought a huge sense of relief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Joe did and call TRA for a consultation.
I'm really happy that I made that call, and I finally felt like I could breathe again.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-513-5321. 800-513-5321. That's 800-513-5321.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
At GEHA, we stand behind our members because we were founded by members. So we build health plans with a nationwide network of 1.7 million providers, plus hearing and fitness discounts. Visit GEHA.com to find your federal health plan.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these amazing game day specials. 14-inch two-topping pizzas for just $12 and $4 domestic OP cups. The other place with 5 great Kansas City Metro locations.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 71 northbound, still rolling from 87th up to Gregory. Blue Parkway westbound, pretty heavy approaching Noland. A good mile back up there. Downtown, 670 eastbound, a little heavy from Broadway over towards 71. 70 westbound, still into downtown from Prospect. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. Oh, yeah, we made it. Holiday Friday, Big Friday. Let's go. 6 days till Christmas.
I even have my Bruce Springsteen.
I like
Merry
it. Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, Merry Christmas is what we're saying here. Yeah.
Even though he didn't. All right, one word.
I don't think he liked Merry Christmas.
He
I thought
did.
it was really good. I was very proud of that.
I was too, Bob. That was good. Good on you.
Thank you.
One word on the stadiums. Seems like we've had some news, obviously. A meeting, it could be in line on Monday in Topeka for the Chiefs. It seems all to be done, basically, on Kansas. One word on the stadium news.
Well, you just took my word, Kansas. I mean, that's what I've been telling you since February 26, 2024. If that vote failed, other municipalities would step up, and they have. And both the Chiefs and Royals are now moving across the state line. The Royals to Overland Park, as we've been telling you. The Chiefs out in the Wyandotte County area for the stadium. I believe the Johnson County area will ultimately have the practice facility and some other stuff as well. It's going to be a big win for the metropolitan area. We can now get events that we've never been able to get before. The Final Four, the Super Bowl, bowl games, college football playoff games. All of that is now. WrestleMania, winter concerts. All of that now is at our doorstep. And our life in Kansas City just became better because all of that now can be part of our city. This is what we deserve as Kansas Cityans for all these years, right? And all this blood, sweat, and tears that we put into our teams. Now we get the new stadiums to reward our teams and to reward our city to give them the best opportunity to host all kinds of world-class events.
I don't really have one word. I've got a few.
It's a big bundle of suck dust, man.
And I'll take your next question.
Certainly moving up the food chain line in terms of cities with this move. It could be
It's huge, yeah. From that standpoint, yeah.
Huge, man.
You start to talk about peer cities and all that kind of stuff. Kansas City is now going to surpass everybody in that peer city category. No longer is the Final Four just going to be in Indianapolis and Houston. We are now officially in that rotation for the Final Four. We're going to be in the Super Bowl rotation as well. I mean, the Chiefs invented the Super Bowl, for God's sake. So, we're going to be in that rotation. You get a new stadium, you get a new Super Bowl, you get a Super Bowl. It's just that's the way it works.
It could just be their opponent suck.
Well, this texter segues perfectly for me. 620, has anyone told Mayor Lucas yet? He might have other insider information. Let's go one word on Mayor L's statement yesterday in response to this speculation. Kansas City does not negotiate in public and will not change course today as the city and our Missouri partners continue discussions with our long-term partners as the Chiefs and the Royals. We remain steadfast in working toward an arrangement in the best interest of our community and the greatest success of our teams on and off the field.
That's a weak statement. Yeah, he's not been kind of on the forefront of where he needs to be as a leader. Mayor L and Frank White have let this city down, have let Jackson County down.
My one word on that is...
Hey, what'd go up, man?
And I'll take your next question.
Well, let's get to it. Dusty, we had a chicken biscuit on the line. Looks like it's going to be yours. Thursday Night Football, one of the best games of the season. Seattle ends up beating the Los Angeles Rams. If you went to bed last night, you're going, wait, what? They were up 30-14 with 8 or so minutes to go. That's right, they were. A punt return, a 2-point conversion, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, overtime, a stop, a touchdown, a 2-point. I mean, it all happened 37-37.
38-37.
Thank you. 38-37. Seattle moves into the 1 seed in the NFC and obviously the division leader.
Scandal. And that's the way everybody's going to be looking at that game and that 2-point conversion that was blown dead, but yet they counted it as a 2-point conversion. Once that inadvertent whistle went off, the play is officially dead. That's what players are taught. Play to the whistle, right? You heard the whistle go off, everybody stopped playing. That's a bad move by the NFL on that one. That needs to be seriously looked at, and I think the NFL needs to come out and say, we screwed that one up, because once you hear the whistle, as far as I've been told, plays are dead in the NFL once you hear that whistle, and the whistle blew before the gentleman picked it up in the end zone.
Side note from the game, according to Adam Schefter, on this play per ESPN research, the Seahawks became the first team in NFL history to ever win an overtime game on a 2-point conversion.
Oh, that's cool.
But my one word is, this.
Yeah, but football never dissipates, Bob.
And I'll take your next question.
Yeah, I think NFL teams were 79-0 when had over 400 passing yards, 3 takeaways, 0 sacks given up. Now 79-1 overall.
Good. The Rams can have that obscure stat like the Chiefs have the one against the Rams. First team to ever score more than 50 points and lose the Kansas City Chiefs
right.
against those Rams because of Shakira.
College football playoff director Rich Clark. Dick says could move up a week. Not off the table. One word.
Smart. And it should be moved up a week. Move the first round up to the first weekend in December. Second round could have been this past weekend. Third round this weekend, championship game on New Year's Day. You're done. We're not milking this thing till January 20th. All of this nonsense, it solves so many issues as well. You can open the transfer portal on January 2nd. You can do all your coaching moves on January 2nd. Move this stuff up, man. Stop worrying about whatever it is that they worry about. And also get rid of the conference championship games. Nobody cares about those. So that first weekend in December is the first round. Last weekend, the Army-Navy weekend would have been in the second round. This would have been the Final Four weekend. And then New Year's Day, you have your national championship game. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I think one word would just be like revise. Like maybe, take that in consideration. Because a standalone game, you could have kicked the day off with Army-Navy, right?
Sure.
And then, let them have their moment, let them have their day. It's always fun. Like one of my buddies said, Army-Navy game's really cool for the first 10 minutes, and then you're just kind of like, all right, whatever. But you could have that game at 11 o'clock. Doesn't really affect anything.
They're talking about moving that game too.
Well, we'll see. Revise would be my one word.
And let's start with let's go to the weekend sports slate because it is crazy this weekend. Not only with football, got some good college basketball and NBA on as well. It starts all tonight with Oklahoma and Alabama. One word on this weekend's sports slate.
Large. A lot of meaningful football games on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, exciting. Obviously, you get the holiday swing. It gives you a little bit of time if you do have that. Like if you were smart and got your stuff done, like all your shopping and stuff, and now you're just in stocking stuffers, whatever it may be, however you do it. But it is, it's important as well. I mean, you get last night's game was great. You roll that right into Friday night. Then you get Saturday all day. And then Sunday, you're like, oh, yeah, great. NFL slate. Jacksonville at Denver. Hello.
Go.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
yeah.
Who would have thought Jacksonville at Denver? Again, you know who would have thought that? The scriptwriters who scheduled this random Jacksonville-Denver game for Week 16.
And maybe your Blake Bortles guy would have thought it. But ending here, 913. I thought Mayor L's response was Max Belch. Respect the text.
Yeah. Way to go, Mayor L. Yeoman's work out here, Frank.
Somebody says I like my coffee like my mayor's weak.
Could you imagine that being your legacy? First of all, Frank White, who was an unbelievable second baseman from a defensive standpoint, not much of an offensive stick. But his legacy is no longer about what he did on the baseball field. His legacy is pissing off Jackson County. And then you have Mayor L. You're the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri. When you take over, the Chiefs are on top of the world. The Royals are winning games. You lost both of them to Kansas. And you lost Lockton. What a legacy. What a legacy for Mayor L.
I'm hurt.
That's not your legacy.
No, but it's still like my teams.
They're still here. They're still here. They're still your team. Stop with that. They're still here.
I'm not getting the revenue though in the state that I live in.
But were you really? How were you seeing that revenue? I mean, like I wasn't seeing any.
I'm going to see it once it's gone.
How? Though, tell me how you're actually going to have more money now because that 3/8 sales tax gets wiped off in 2030.
Nashville has his heart, but Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Memphis, well, they all play their part. Oh, Alex Gold loves Tennessee. He likes to get out of town. He loves to make his rounds. He might be driving through the Cumberland Gap ride, or riding on a riverboat, heading to Natchez. Could be taking his time in East Tennessee, but you can bet he'll be back to
I'll explain
Music
to you
City.
why you say that, because I have fear.
Okay.
I have fear.
All right. I'm interested to hear your fear. Look, I know people are going to be upset about this, but we told you what was going to happen if you didn't vote yes.
What if we did?
And then the construction has already started downtown on the stadium. I mean, we've already been moving dirt and putting up pillars.
Hit Alex Gold's theme song. We'll talk about it next on the other side.
Riding on a riverboat.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com, or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
It's Alex Gold reminding you that the year-end sales event is still going on at Shawnee Mission Ford. I've been driving the Ford F-150, and with the colder weather around, I absolutely love the remote start. I get in the vehicle. By the time I'm walking out of the office and the show, the seats are already warm. The steering wheel is already warm. The vehicle is warm. Absolutely love it. And you can take advantage of the year-end sales event that allows you to get 0% for 60 months, 90 days to your first payment, 90 days of Blue Cruise plus $1,000 rebate till the end of the year with approved credit through Ford Motor Credit. Shawnee Mission Ford is on a mission to do more.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp, and come watch the game with me on Sunday, starting at noon at Dave & Buster's at the Legends. And you'll have a chance to win an autographed Jalen Watson jersey, plus Guns N' Roses tickets. Come join me in 96.5 The Fan at Dave & Buster's at the Legends, where every game is a big game.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Peter's Clothiers, downtown 35 northbound gets heavy before 12. Brought to you by Peter's Clothiers, downtown 35 northbound gets heavy before 12th Street. Stays very slow up to I-70, continuing 70 eastbound. It's just crawling over towards 71. Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today, 124th and State Line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
What's up, Kansas City? It's Nick Bolton. Tune in on game days to hear the play-by-play with Mitch, Danon, and Clean on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
It's Christmas in Kansas City, and the snow is falling down. The plaza lights are pretty. It's good to be in my hometown. All the fountains are frozen over, and the leaves have long been on the ground. But there's a warm feeling here, lived through the year. It's like nowhere else I've found. 'Cause it's Christmas.
The only thing I can see is Spectre dancing to this song. Did he tell you to play this?
No comment.
Or Josh? It's one or the other. I mean, this is such a brutal song. But we used to play it, and Spectre would dance to this song all the time.
Good song. It does kind of remind me of...
Sweet. And I promise you'll be able to understand all the words. Not like Sting, where you can only understand the last three.
Starting up a brand new day.
You know who the biggest Sting fan is that I know?
Vip.
Vip, yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Huge
Okay.
Sting fan, yes. Name another Sting fan.
My parents were huge Police fans.
Yeah, who did you say?
Sting.
Yeah, like Sting isn't one of those names you're like, I love Sting. Like, you know, it just isn't. Like, he's got some good song. My family song growing up was Fields of Gold because we heard it on a vacation one time and it just played over and over again in the early 90s. And still to this day, we send it to each other and whatnot. But other than that, there's not much that I care about Sting, but Vip does.
So I told you why I fear the stadiums being out of Kansas City. Because I look at St. Louis, I look at what downtown St. Louis looks like as opposed to St. Louis County. And I know that there's a stadium in downtown St. Louis. That is it. There's no other reason to go down there, at least from when I've been down there. And then you go to St. Louis County, and boy, is it just completely different. And I worry that's going to happen in Kansas City.
Yeah, and I think that's a good worry. I got a text from somebody yesterday that's been kind of on the inside of everything that's going on right now with the Royals and the Chiefs. And he texted me and he goes, do you have any fear that downtown is going to crumble and all this hard work that we put in over the last 20 years to revitalize downtown is going to go to pot? And I'm like, that's an interesting way to kind of think about it. And you brought up the same thing. And I think it should be a concern for a lot of people that you're going to see the inner core, the heartbeat of our city crumble. But it's not because of the people. It's not because of the Royals or the Chiefs or anything like that. It's because of the poor leadership that Casey Moe had for the last, 3 or 4 years in trying to get this thing done and trying to get this thing put together. From Mayor L to Frank White, those two guys right there are the ones who failed everybody. It's not the voters. It's not the teams. It's the leadership, because there was none. There was no leadership. And I think a lot of times, leaders want to be popular. They want everybody to like them. But that's not how you lead. You lead by making those hard decisions and hard stances and hard, problems and solving all of them. And there was a major issue, with the Royals and trying to get that stadium built. And instead of helping the process, I think Mayor L hindered the process by suggesting that Crossroads area. And it wasn't really where the team wanted to be, but they were doing a solid for the city at the time to say, all right, we'll think about that area. That's not bad. It'll connect, the Power and Light District to us. It'll be good for everybody involved. The Royals did such a solid for the city, and then Mayor L never did a solid for the Royals and didn't endorse that stadium plan until the witching hour, the Saturday at 1 o'clock before the vote, when nobody's paying attention. That's when Mayor L endorsed that plan. Mayor L should have been out there from the beginning of this, telling everybody why this was beneficial and telling everybody, if we don't vote for this, we could lose our teams. That's what a person in leadership does. He did not do that. He sat on the fence and he tried to play both sides and keep everybody happy. That's not leadership. Sometimes in leadership, you have to piss people off and make hard decisions. And the hard and smart decision that Mayor L should have made was to say, we're going to go in the East Village, we're going to keep this here, and we're going to champion this project, and we're going to get that stadium downtown. Because you went from the East Village to the Crossroads to Overland Park, and you lost it out of not only your city, but your county and your state, because you didn't lead. And you kept the city council in the dark, from what I've been told, and they're not happy with that because they didn't have a say in anything, because nobody was informing them. The same thing with the Jackson County legislators to Frank White. Kept them in the dark as well, didn't share information with them, and now here we sit. So when people look back and the book is written on why this happened, there are two reasons why. Quentin Lucas and Frank White did not lead when they needed to lead, and they let the county, the city, and the state down, and now both of the teams are going across the state line to Kansas.
I heard you yesterday with Carrington, and I want to bring that back up because you were giving the information that we'll give again on the other side of the break. But again, it's not 100% final, but I think the way that Carrington said it is that it's first and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, look, I texted you yesterday. I said, publicly, not done. Behind the scenes, done.
So, and if you've got thoughts on this too, please, phone lines are open.
Yeah,
Call us 913-586-7965. Love to hear your thoughts
too. What fans
story.
are saying. It's the biggest sports story in Kansas City history. And, I was talking about that with Scott Parks yesterday. I went on with him and Dan in the afternoon, and he brought me on. He goes, this is the biggest sports story in Kansas City history. I go, yeah, it is. 2 brand new stadiums are getting ready to be built on the Kansas side of the state line, where for years, Kansas had nothing. And then they got leadership. Credit Laura Kelly. What a leader. Ty Masterson, president of the Kansas Senate. What a leader. Skoog and Overland Park, leader. All of these folks behind the scenes that you didn't really hear much from were leading and doing good things. They weren't out in public. They weren't doing any of that kind of stuff on the front, but they were leading from behind and in back, behind the scenes. And they were getting deals done, and they were being good partners. That's the other thing. Partner keeps coming up in all of this. They keep referring to the state of Kansas as a partner and whatnot in all of this. And they are. This is a partnership. And it's going to be a really good partnership. And it's going to be very beneficial for our area. It's going to create jobs. It's going to create places for people to go. It's going to put Kansas City on the map even more so than it is. It is a major, major, major change for our city, and it's a great change for our city, and everybody can benefit. And I understand where you're coming from, Dusty, on the downtown stuff, because you're not the only one that I heard it from, and I kind of feel that way as well. We worked so hard to get downtown to where it needed to be, and the final piece would have been that ballpark in the East Village that John Sherman wanted to do before he purchased the team, for God's sakes. And Mayor L got involved and said, well, let's do the Crossroads. And here we sit.
John from Southside, time's yours.
Hey, Dusty. How you doing today?
Not good, man. Not good.
Yeah, I'm the same. So real quick, so I lived in Jackson County, South Casey, my entire life, and I've had the Chiefs and the Royals for 24 years. Does a lot of our taxes and revenue go towards Chiefs and Royals? Correct me if I'm wrong. So like my point is, what's the point of living in Jackson County if we lose it to Kansas? Like, where's all of our money going then?
Well,
the county.
The 3.8-cent sales tax is what's being paid in Jackson County for the stadiums. Okay,
right.
So once 2031 comes and the teams leave and that tax expires, you'll get that 3.8 cents back, so to speak, in your income. $100, $125 a family of four, I think, is what they factor it out to be.
Gotcha. I mean, and that was a tax nobody really saw. Like that was
Correct.
A big argument because it wasn't a new tax. It was the same tax, just extending it
right
in the first place. So I'm just really pissed off about.
You should be.
Bob, you made a great point of the leadership earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That there hasn't been any at all, and it's ridiculous. And I would imagine some people feel the same way, how upset and pissed off I am. Being a KC resident, Jackson County resident your entire life. I'm sure plenty of people a lot longer than me. But I think that's besides the point of now. And I'm not like, I'll happily go to Kansas and still support, both teams. I'm not one of those people. I think if you are that person, you're just a lunatic and you're stupid. You're dumb if you're not going to support a team just because they go across 20 minutes to the state line. I just had to rant for for about a minute or two, so I appreciate you letting me do that.
Yeah. Sounds like a Surfside Friday night, John.
Yeah. Thanks, Dusty. Have a good one, guys.
You too, man.
Yeah. No,
we'll continue to take those phone calls too. 913-586-7965. I'm sorry to cut you off. I've got to get to a break. We'll get to your phone calls, your concerns. Vent if you like. Try to pick me up. I don't know if you can. I'm down, baby. Down bad. 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and stop me if you've heard this saying before: new year, new me, or new year, new you. Men, with the new year, here comes a chance to make a real positive change in your life. If you're struggling with erectile dysfunction and ready to move past the frustration and embarrassments, it's time to call Heartland Men's Health. There may be no better resolution this year than finally taking control of your ED. Remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, no big deal, and then it happened again and again and again and again. So now you know it's a problem. So now you know to call Heartland Men's Health because their treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. It's a new year. Make the resolution to treat your ED and change your life. Schedule a consult with the Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They've got 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and in North Kansas City. Call them today, 844-447-6600, or just visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment.
Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Who knew dressing up for a Halloween ball would change my life forever? Now I get to celebrate with the best fans and everything Kansas City. Oh, yeah! My journey also led me to Renner Garage Door, Casey's go-to team for garage door repair, replacement, and service since 1956. Renner features an MVP lineup from Deldon, Amar, and Liftmaster.
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
Game day headquarters is at Dave & Buster's, the ultimate watch destination. 30-plus screens, including jaw-dropping 40-foot TVs, will put you in the center of the action. Join Cody Tapp with 96.5 The Fan this Sunday, December 21st, from noon to 2 p.m. at Dave & Buster's, 1843 Village West Parkway off I-435 and I-70 in Kansas City. Enjoy half-price games Sunday through Thursdays. No purchase necessary. Cheer on KC at Dave & Buster's, where every game is a big game.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound before College Boulevard with an accident blocking 2 right lanes. Things are pretty heavy coming up from 119th Street and building delays right now. Northland 29 southbound slows in the 169 highway interchange. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports and your home for you to give us your thoughts on the news that was yesterday. There will be a meeting in Topeka, Kansas on Monday regarding the stadium move of the Chiefs.
Yes, not the Royals, just the Chiefs at this
Royals will
point.
not be in attendance, but we can assume they will follow suit.
Yeah, I heard just right after the first of the year, hopefully. What's going on with the Royals, you saw Ty Masterson, the president of the Kansas Senate yesterday, say, he believes the Royals are fully committed to moving to Kansas. And they're just trying to, really the thing that they're trying to figure out right now with them is their deal with the J, and to make sure that the J is okay. That's the Royals' #1 priority right now, to make sure that the J is okay and that they are taken care of and they get an agreement with them. Obviously, the Aspiria campus is where we've talked a lot about. There's also a potential with a land swap with Black and Veatch, and there's some stuff to be worked through, but I'm told those papers have, kind of already been signed with Black and Veatch and the Royals, that if they needed to do a land swap, they could do that on 115th Street. Black and Veatch is on the north side. Aspiria is on the south side. of that street so they could do a land swap there. I was told, John Sherman has been meeting with the folks at Black and Veatch over this recently, and so that's kind of the conversation going on there. But they just need to get things, I think, right now, the last piece of the puzzle is figuring out things and making sure that the J is taken care of in a proper way before the Royals announce where they're going. And so that's the latest on the Royals. Obviously, the Chiefs we've been kind of telling you about for a while. We've told you about this date on December 22nd. I thought really the Royals would be the first one to go, and most people thought the Royals were going to be the first one to go, but obviously that's not the case because there's still some stuff that they need to button up. I think it's getting a little frustrating for a lot of people within the Royals side of things, like get the deal done and let's get this thing moving because the Chiefs are going to announce, then it's going to be the holiday, and then probably after the first of the year, the LCC can call a meeting anytime they want and approve this kind of stuff. So it's up to the Royals right now to kind of finish everything off and get this deal in paper so they can announce it, hopefully after the first of the year as well.
We go to the phone lines, 913-586-7965, taking your reactions to the stadium news. JC, you're on the air. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Doing well, man. How are you?
Good. I got a couple minutes here before I clock into work. Just some thoughts on what you were saying about is downtown going to suffer if these teams leave. I think that's a bit of an overreaction, to be honest. I think downtown has had its own economy and its own hustle and bustle for, long enough. These stadiums are already, a drive away. I really don't think that moving that drive in a different direction is really going to hurt. I think it's the same question of is Westport going to suffer from these teams leaving? And I think the real mistake was putting it in the Crossroads in the first place. Yep. I think we have an extremely vibrant and dedicated arts scene in our city, and I think that's what really led the plan to be doomed.
You are 100% right about that.
Appreciate the phone call, JC.
The Crossroads was a bad location. It was not well thought out. It was not well prepared. It was almost like they did it knee-jerk reaction. Oh, they did do it as a knee-jerk reaction. Had they stayed, I believe anyway, in the East Village and built the stadium there, I think it would have passed, and I think we would have had construction going on for well over a year now. But that's just me. That's just, kind of where I am. But that seemed like the logical spot for it because there was nobody to uproot at that point in time, and that would have been the completed piece of downtown Kansas City. And, I think a lot of people are concerned about the fate of downtown Kansas City and Kansas City in general because you are losing that big 1% earnings tax across the board, like 1% of every, Patrick Mahomes salary or 1% of Derek Jeter coming in or Ohtani or whoever it is or concerts. That 1% earnings tax is going to be lost, and that's what directly pays for the police and fire departments in Kansas City, Missouri. And so the 1% earnings tax, that's going to be tough money to try to make up. And then the sales tax that's going to come in from those two teams not being there for KC-Mo to fund whatever else they fund, schools and all this stuff. There's going to be a big loss on the ledger for KC-Mo/Jackson County when these teams move. How are they going to make up that tax revenue?
A couple of people asking what the J is. The Jewish Community Center.
Yes, the
over
Jewish
there
Community
on
Center.
119th and Knoll.
Yes, it's 115th and Knoll. It's on the northwest corner of like 115th and Knoll. It's a big campus. There's like 200 different entities in the Jewish Community Center. The J is the athletic side, and they're on the plot of land of the Asperia campus. It's not part of the Asperia campus, but it would make things easier if the Royals could also, have that plot of land. And so when somebody lives there or owns something, you've got to work through negotiations with them.
We go to Marcus. Marcus, time's yours.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on this morning. I appreciate the Royals and the Chiefs for everything that they've done for this community. But, man, this is a terrible, terrible thing for Jackson County. I just feel like, man, we kind of got shafted through this whole process with the Chiefs coming in at the last second and just the property tax situation that we was all facing here in Jackson County.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just feel like we didn't really get a fair shake at it. And that's really all I wanted to say. This is just a kind of a somber moment for us here in Jackson County that grew up 44 years of my life. Mm-hmm. And this is a tough, tough, tough day to be had for a Jackson County guy like myself. And that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for all you guys do.
Hey,
Listen
Marcus,
every day.
Marcus, let me ask you this real
rock.
fast before I let you go.
Yes,
You
sir.
still there? Think about how you'd be feeling if Kansas didn't step up and the Chiefs were moving and the Royals were moving to like Nashville or Montreal or something like that. So that's the good news is our teams aren't leaving. They're moving across the state line. A lot of teams and a lot of cities get into these stadium situations and then the team just leaves the market. Look at the Rams. Look at, some of these other NFL teams, the Raiders, how many times, baseball teams being moved, the A's and the Montreal Expos and all these teams. The good news is we're not losing our teams. They're staying. We're very fortunate that we do have state line and we had the ability for Kansas to come in and step up and basically keep our teams in the area. That's a good thing.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartely, Bob. I'm not one of those ones that's going to be like, I'm not going to be a fan anymore because that's just a bunch of bull crap in my opinion. But, I'm more really kind of worried about like the state and the local government here that's just allowed this to happen. Like you said, Bob, it's just a terrible thing for us here in Jackson County that just grew up knowing nothing but that. And that's really all I wanted to say. State and local government definitely played a big part, if not the biggest part in all this. And thanks for all you guys do.
Man.
I'll be listening.
Thanks, man.
Good day, guys.
Appreciate it. We'll go to Chance. Chance, you're on the air. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, I'm not originally from Kansas City, but I've been here about 15 years or so, and I would say, I don't know, I'm not going to pretend to know all the inner workings with the laws and stuff like that, but I would say just from driving around, that it has more to do with just the lack of development in Jackson County in that area. The Denny's burned down. There's no plan to rebuild it. The hotel burned down. 40 highways, just a ran down, desolate area.
The subway closed.
The subway closed
Road.
out there?
That's what they say.
Raytown Road behind the stadium's just a dumping ground that's 2 lanes in some area for, I don't know, 50, 60 years now. And, you look at Kansas side, they take better care of their roads. The streets are posted, signs, lighting. I just think Kansas has the upper hand, and I voted yes, of course, to keep it in Jackson County because I've always been a Missouri resident since I've been here. But
praise be,
I'm South Kansas City, Grandview area. It's going to suck. I get it for the people that live here, but I moved here because I'm a Chiefs fan and have been since '93.
That's cool. Where'd you move from?
New Mexico.
And so you just moved to Kansas City because you love the team?
Well, for tech school, too. It was one of the campuses here, AIM, aviation maintenance, right there by the stadium.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Awesome, man. That's a cool story. I love it.
But, yeah, I just think like the Legends or somewhere over there, Overland Park, Olathe, whatever, I think they just have the infrastructure for it. I think it's pretty obvious.
Well, we appreciate the phone call, Chance. Thanks for chiming in there. Somebody says, are we only going to bring on people that agree with you guys? No, the phone line's open. Mac just answers, says, hello, what's your name? We put you on. So, no, there's no –
Mac's awesome.
There's really no bias to anything of this. Dylan, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, this is I don't really have a dog in the fight. I don't live in Jackson County, but this has got to be the world's biggest fumble in order, in the state of Missouri, you're going to lose 3 major sports franchises in a matter of 10 years. They're going across the state line. Thankfully, they're going to stay close, but it's just, come on, guys. What are we doing here? You lost the Rams. Look what they turned into. The Chiefs have been amazing the last 11 years, and then the Royals are starting the uptick now, and you're just going to let them walk away because everybody's fighting and bickering and can't get on the same page to just build a new stadium somewhere, or, whatever. It's just, I'm glad they're staying in the area, and this is coming from somebody that absolutely hates the state of Kansas, but I'm excited to see both of the new stadiums whenever they're built and get to go to a game out there. That's all I got, guys.
Thanks for the phone call, Dylan. We go to Armando. Armando, you're on the air, man.
Yeah, that's me. As far as the Chiefs, the sad part about that is Arrowhead is like one of the iconic venues like in all of sports, especially like in the United States, So that's like a huge fumble. Like how did we as Jackson County vote to not, maintain that facility. It's like a ridiculous thought. I can't believe it happened.
Well,
But I mean,
to kind of let the voters off the hook a
thanks for the
little
phone
bit,
call.
it just wasn't a well thought out plan when they rolled it out. It was constantly changing. It was never set in stone as to what they wanted to do. And again, no leadership from Mayor L or Frank White in any of this.
This comes from the text line. Neither the Chiefs nor the Royals will be crossing the yellow brick road over to Kansas. This is all just leverage and media fodder.
And that's why they're moving to Kansas.
We'll go to Mike. Mike, you're on the phone. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I live out in Jackson County. I mean, I go to 2 or 3 Chiefs games a year and probably 10 to 15 Royals games a year. And Eastern Jackson County, I don't mind driving another 20 minutes to get over to Johnson County to get to the game anyways. As long as, I appreciate getting out there where hopefully they can have bigger parking lots to have the tailgate experience that I've known to grow up and love.
And they will, because when they did that survey, the number one thing was parking and tailgating, and the Chiefs will have plenty of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Plus, for me, the way that Kansas City just fumbled this thing, I just want to get my popcorn out and sit back and just watch it, because I work in finance. I tried to kind of kick back and just back of the napkin tally up what this earnings tax is going to cost Kansas City, and it's just it's unfathomable, and it's comical. I mean, they just really screwed the pooch on this one.
No doubt. Mike, thanks for the phone call. We go to Jeff in KC. Jeff, go ahead.
Oh, why are we so sad? This is incredible news. Of course, I'm on the Kansas City, Kansas side, but
You're killing me, Jeff. You're killing me. I'm down, man. I'm down.
I'm loving this. So I'm a lifelong Dot, Wyandotte County, born and raised, and the idea that what we have seen in the past 20 years that's been built in Wyandotte County and the Legends area, and then that we can potentially bring the Chiefs over there and continue to further develop both the west and the east of the county. I mean, these people the people deserve this. You know what? We want it. We're willing to take it on. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, it was fumbled in Jackson County. And I agree, Bob, it was a terrible plan. No one cared about the weird renovations that the Chiefs were just putting in there. And it was very confusing about how the Royals wanted to set it up. But that all being said, we all knew that the end result was going to be that if that did not pass, they were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And that was made very clear. And here it is. And I'm excited for the future of it, because to Bob's point, they're staying in the area right now. Of course, I can hopefully see them in my backyard, but they're staying in the metro.
Right.
I think we should still at least celebrate that. And they're going to be brand new stadiums. We're going to get a Super Bowl here in Kansas City. I mean, I think that's some exciting things that we can celebrate too. Thanks, guys. That's all I have to say.
Appreciate the phone call, Jeff. We'll go out to Jake in KC as we continue to take your phone calls. Jake, go ahead.
Good morning, Legend Likens, Legend Bob. I know
morning.
it's a somber morning for some of us over here, but a lot of your callers are hitting the nail on the head. The last one said they deserve it over there. They really do. They've stepped up. They've brought some fathomable things to the table for people that can understand, unlike, the Missouri side. And I think the biggest thing for me that I get out of this is that, sometimes things have to fall apart to rebuild. And I'm not saying that I think the Chiefs and Royals are probably gone for good as far as Missouri side. We can't say that. We don't know what's going to happen in 30 years. But ultimately, the leadership of this city dropped the ball.
Yep.
And crime in that area is going to go up. Response times are going to go down. People are going to move. And you can really thank your mayor for that. There's going to be guys who are forced to change careers in a sense where they're going to have to, these KCPD, KCFD guys, they rely on that money, man.
Yep.
And they're going to have to go chase the money now. And there's going to be some pissed off people about that. But I love you guys. I got to hop back on this job. I work on these jobs. We help build the stadium. And I think that what's to come is going to be beautiful. We are going to get Super Bowls. We're going to get some big events that we might not have gotten before. And you guys have a good day. Go Chiefs. Go Royals.
There you go, Jake. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate the phone call. We'll go to Ethan as we continue to take your phone calls. Go ahead, Ethan.
Hey, fellas, I just want to preface this by saying I hate Quentin Lucas and I want to punch him in the face. But my question for you is, am I totally screwed as a season ticket member? I've had tickets since 2012, and I've been told they're going to do a seat licensing in Kansas.
Well, that was going to be the case, I believe. Either way they do it, that's the new way that every stadium does it. I've seen numbers somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 a seat, and what a seat license is, and they suck. And I'm with you on this. I hate that PSL term. You pay for the right to buy the tickets. It's a one-time fee, and I know the Chiefs will extend it out. You don't have to pay for it all up front. They can spread it over years for you. Teams have done that in the past, but that essentially gives you the right to buy the tickets for that seat to any event in that stadium. And so it's a long and short of it. It's an easy money maker for these franchises. And once one team did it and people paid it, everybody else like, well, we're going to do that too. That's just kind of the way it works in the NFL. And I think it sucks. I'm with you, Ethan. That part of it does stink. From a fan standpoint, because PSLs, man, I hate that word.
So they were going to do that whether we passed it in Jackson County or not?
Yeah, there's been, kind of information back and forth on that as well, because that's something that stadiums have always been able to do, and nobody's ever said no, and people have always paid it.
Hope we got your answers for you there, Ethan. Thanks for the phone. We go to Carl. Carl, go ahead as we continue to take your phone calls.
Hey, good morning, guys. First of all, born and raised Missouri all my life. Obviously, Jackson County and the city of Kansas City fumbled the bag here. But to all the Kansas folks that are, rejoicing today, I just want to know where that energy was when we were building a brand new airport that all of our Kansas residents get to enjoy. Just feels like we lost the upper hand here. We are the bigger city, right? And Kansas has always reaped the reward of what we have built here in Missouri. And we let that slip. So, yes, I voted yes for the stadium in Jackson County. I despise Kansas. I despise Mayor L. And, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. With that, I'll listen offline. Thanks, guys. Have a great Friday.
Thanks, Carl. It's our turn in Kansas to start paying for some of this stuff. I mean, 60 years we've, we've grifted. I'll be honest with you. Kansas has grifted when it comes to everything in this town. It's now time for Kansas to take, a little bit of the bill.
A couple more phone calls. We'll go to Brent. Brent, you go ahead.
Yeah, I, grew up in Kansas, moved over to Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm now back in Kansas. And I will tell you, being a Jackson County citizen, having to worry about all the votes to keep renovations going and all of that, it was really kind of irritating. And I hope people, just because, hey, we have a team in Kansas now, you're going to be held hostage by the owners at some point for some sort of tax revenue. And they're not moving for any altruistic purposes. They're going to find a financial advantage, and Kansas population being smaller, especially in the metro area, it's going to be a much bigger burden than what they're going to financially realize in the short term. And also, sports teams really do not generate revenue. It becomes a wash. It's more of a status symbol than any actual revenue generation. What's your take on that?
I disagree with that. Sports teams are what makes you big league. Those are what makes you the big league cities, to get the other events, to get all that stuff, to get the recognition, Kansas City has grown so much in the last 10 years. We haven't done that because we have boulevards and fountains. We've done that because of the Chiefs. The residuals that our franchises give us by winning are insane. You heard one guy call up and say he moved here because he was a Chiefs fan. That's one of the many stories I've heard of people saying, I moved here because I was a Chiefs fan. So you get people moving to the area. You get people visiting to the area. When this team was in the postseason the last couple of years, there were 800 takeoffs and departures from the downtown airport alone with private jets coming into Kansas City, of people coming in, spending their money and utilizing our airport, our services, paying for those landing slots, paying for stuff at the stadium. Anybody who says the sports teams do not bring in money, I think is a fool. And I think they're just making up stuff because they don't factor in all the ancillary stuff that happens. Your sports teams are your front door of your universities and of your cities.
We'll go to Brendan real quick. Go ahead, Brendan.
Yeah, I just disagree. Sports teams bring in a ton of money.
Yes.
Kansas City and Jackson County is going to miss out on the earnings tax and all the sales tax associated with every single game.
Yep.
And all the concerts that come through. It's a huge swing and miss by Kansas City. It kind of pisses me off because I wanted the downtown stadium, and I live in Johnson County. So
yeah, I'm with you.
That's all I have to say.
Thanks, Brendan.
I'm with you. I've been a downtown supporter since I saw the first designs at 20th and Grand back in 2002. I love downtown baseball. We do baseball trips every year. We love the downtown baseball stadium.
We'll go to Brandon, then we'll go to John. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I just wanted to say, so I've been in government relations for about 15 years now, and I work closely. I actually work for the Regional Arts Council downtown, and I worked closely with the Royals at the time about their community benefits agreement. And I think all of your callers, every single one of your callers is right, except for the one that said there's no revenue or it's not a net gain because of stadiums.
Right.
And you're right that the downtown ballpark was a terribly thought out plan, implemented in a terrible way. But I want to call out too. So someone who's worked closely with government for 15 years, this has been a breakdown of leadership at our governmental levels for 30 years or more.
Yep.
They have known that this sell-by date of 2031 was coming for decades, and none of them did what they needed to do to make sure that those teams were kept. And I want to call out, too, it's not just Frank White. I mean, Frank White did himself no favors, but do not let the legislature off the hook. If anything, I hope that your listeners, I beg them, as someone who works in government, please pay attention to county politics and county government because it affects your life in a way that is very similar to the city. And I want to remind people, too, this isn't just revenue loss for our city and county governments. This is revenue loss across the state of Missouri. We will of the loss of this income tax, which is essentially what is the biggest part of what people pay as a result of being at the stadiums and using the stadiums. We will feel that all across the state. Just to give you one example, so the arts in the state are supposed to be funded at 60% of the out-of-state athlete and entertainers tax. They've never received a full 60%, which is another conversation. But that's just one, and that will be decimated if we lose both of these teams. Now, I want to say, don't count your chickens. This is not a done deal. My intel actually tells me that the Royals are still wanting to put another tax ballot measure on the ballot in April, and they want to do that. They want to make that announcement before they sign on the dotted line and get that vote through and see how that goes before they make a decision. So I don't think it's a done deal. I think whoever said this is somewhat publicity, I don't think that's totally wrong. But I just want to say, like I said, please pay attention to your county politics. And I will just say this is one small factor in why I have decided to run against Manny Abarca for legislature, because this has been a breakdown, one example of the multitude of breakdowns that have happened at the county level, not just the executive, but the legislature. So BrandonHarrelson.com, Brandon Harrelson running against Manny Abarca in the 1st District in Jackson County, because we have got to get better leadership, not only around these stadiums issues, but every single thing else that the county affects in our lives. Someone mentioned the property tax assessment. That's another big example of the breakdown of government. So I just make that plea.
Thanks for the phone call, Brandon. Coming up on the other side, back to sports. We'll get you our Friday parlay here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue, man, they are cooking up holiday feasts for everybody and making it easy for you to celebrate the holidays this year. They're taking care of all of the cooking for you. That's right, my friends at Smokehouse Barbecue, whether you're going to have a party at one of their 3 locations in one of their banquet rooms, or if you're going to do the event at your house, let them handle the burnt ends, the Cajun butter chicken wings, the baby back ribs, and I'm going to tell you, the hickory pit beans just can't be beat. That is the best thing that Smokehouse Barbecue has, are those hickory pit beans. I crave them all the time. They cook under the brisket for the final few hours and give you a flavor that nobody else can match. And so for all of your holiday events, think about having your event at Smokehouse Barbecue. Like I said, all three of their locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa have the opportunity to host groups of up to 60. And so you can do all your parties at Smokehouse Barbecue, and then you don't even have to worry about cleaning up the house. So let them take care of everything this holiday season. Order your stuff online for the holidays at SmokehouseBBQ.com, and you can pick it up the night before Christmas, and boom, on Christmas Day, you're ready to go with the best food in Kansas City. So check them out at one of those three locations, Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa, or at SmokehouseBBQ.com. That's SmokehouseBBQ.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford, Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Great time of the year.
It is that time of year, Toby. It's the year-end sales event. Ford always puts their best foot forward, and Lewisburg Ford is always $50 over invoice. We've got the 000 promotion going on right now, Toby. That means we've got 0% financing for 66 months with 0 down payment and no payment for 90 days on 25 F-150s, 25 Explorers, 25 Escapes, 25 Mach-E, 25 Lightning, and 25 Transit. It covers about the whole gamut for everything we've got out there, Toby. And you got 0 down payment and you got no payments for 90 days. So we've got huge incentives.
That is huge. What else?
Right now you can get up to $9,000 off a brand new F-150 and get 0% for 66 months.
Anything on SUVs?
Yeah, you've got up to $10,000 off on a 25 Escape right now, Toby.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's with our $50 over invoice and the 000 promotion. It's a great time.
Lewisburg Ford, what is your phone number?
816-444-2300.
Or LewisburgFord.com.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com. Or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game, like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code Radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250, whether you win or lose. Must be 21 plus if physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds, -500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place. The other place is your sports watching headquarters this fall. Now with 5 great area locations: Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Enjoy Red Friday specials all day.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with an NBA happy hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boost, bonus, surprises, all designed to give you that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo. It's your weekly pregame NBA happy hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NBA. So visit FanDuel.com/KFNZ. Use my promo code to grab your reward before the clock expires. Celebrate the beginning of the NBA season in style. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of the NBA and also 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expirations, league requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement. Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem. Get out with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Olathe 35 northbound, very heavy. You hit delays at Santa Fe. Just crawls up toward...
Let me just correct something real fast from that last caller that we had on. I am told that if the Royals want to go back to the state of Missouri and try for another vote, Kansas will pull their offer. So if that's what the Royals are thinking and wanting to do, not so fast, my friends, because the belief is if the Royals try to say, okay, we got this deal from Kansas, but we're going to go give Missouri a try, I'm told the state of Kansas will go, that deal is done. You're out. And then that's not a good situation to be in if you're the Royals. Because then you have to go to a vote of the people in Missouri, and I don't know that a vote of the people will pass for the Kansas City Royals. They believed it would have passed for the Chiefs, but people do not believe a vote would pass just for the Royals.
It is Friday. It is the end of the 8 o'clock hour. It's where we give you our Friday Chiefs parlay. Of course, that is brought to you by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be is now live in Missouri with Circus Sports. Bob, we know what you're probably going to do with the Chiefs game with your first leg of the parlay.
Yeah, you better believe it. A Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. I just think the next 3 weeks, man, it's going to be the Travis Kelce show. Mitch kind of alluded to that when we talked to him at 7:20 this morning. Like, everything about Travis Kelce for these next 3 weeks. So I just feel like if you're Gardner Minshew, why the hell wouldn't you just target 87 all the time, right? So get him his 203 yards the rest of the way and, all that kind of stuff that he needs. So I'm going with the Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, a plus 180 this week.
Love that. I am going to piggyback that, not because you're doing it, but because of what you've just explained, that the fact that, well, we saw the injury report. There's a lot of names missing. I'm not sure Rashee Rice plays in this game. Obviously, he was put in a concussion protocol. And then we'll see what happens with Hollywood Brown as well. But I do like the fact that Travis Kelce, he's got 3 games left. He's 203 yards shy of 1,000 for the season. He is now the leader and sole leader on that offensive side. You have a backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew, as you had mentioned, is going to target the guy that he trusts the most. We saw that when he came into the game right away. He found 87 locked in on him. I think he does that quite often. In fact, I think this line is very, very low, and I would suggest you hammer this, whether you trail this parlay or not. Kelce receptions over 4.5. So over 4.5 receptions for Travis Kelce is plus 100. I really love that number at 4.5 because I think he absolutely just shatters that.
Yeah, I mean, got to get 9 targets at least, right?
And I would listen to the people that would say, well, aren't they just going to double cover him and let Gardner Minshew try to, throw it outside of Travis Kelce's numbers? Well, yeah, but I mean, you've got so much more into the Travis Kelce mold. Like we talked about the audio, he said, well, the Chiefs will have Patrick ready. Like the Chiefs are going to be doing that for him. Not us, not we, not we're going to do that. It's so I think that, he knows there's 3 games left and it'll be one of those, I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off. And he's going to do the next 3 games. And that same sort of mantra, I think that Travis Kelce will find himself open plenty against a bad defense, or bad, not defensively, but a bad team in the Tennessee Titans. Why not? They're checked out. Chiefs have somebody that's really, really checked in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you just feed the beast all day long, man. What do you got?
I'll be checked in. I'll be locked in Nissan Stadium, baby. Let's go.
They're building a new stadium too,
yes,
right?
They are. Yeah. 2 years, 2027, I think.
Have they started the construction on that thing? Oh, they have. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be awesome. That stadium sucks, but Arrowhead Stadium lasted forever, and it's still amazing. That's what's great. That's another testament to Kansas City and that construction.
It really
Nissan
is.
Stadium was built in 2000. That stadium Blues.
It's amazing what they did in 1972 with the architectural firms we have here in Kansas City and how advanced those stadiums were at the time and how many stadiums were modeled after them. And now, it's time to move on. It just is. So, like every other stadium.
So we got a Kelsey touchdown. Kelsey over 4.5 receptions. I will go Xavier Worthy. Can't find this in all the books because it's kind of weird with the injury reports, but he's on this book. Xavier Worthy, 40-plus receiving yards. That's minus 108. All those three together, plus 640. 10 for $64.
I think it's interesting that the Xavier Worthy one is minus money. In this.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, so I think his over-under is right around that. It's like at the 40s is what they think he's going to get.
It's not bad. Yeah, there you go. The Friday Chiefs Parlay, brought to you by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be is now live in Missouri with Circus Sports. Is Kelsey anytime touchdown, Kelsey receptions over 4.5, and Xavier Worthy 40 yards receiving or more. You put all three of those legs together, you get plus 641, so about 6-1 or 6.5-1 on those odds. Again, that is the Friday Chiefs Parlay, brought to you by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. It is live in Missouri with Circus Sports. The Royals have made a move.
Oh, yeah.
The Royals are acquiring Matt Strahm from the Phillies for right-handed pitcher Jonathan Bolin, per source.
I think the Royals just got better with that move, man. I like that move.
Man. So the Royals move on. We'll bring that back up on the other side, and we will get to Sean Smith. Let's get ready, baby. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Game day. Hey, my friends over at West Shore Home are saying, give yourself something special for Christmas this year. Take care of your home. And you're not just giving yourself a gift this Christmas with West Shore Home. You're giving it to your home as well, because everybody needs to do some touch-ups around their house, right? Whether it's a new bathroom, maybe you need some new windows, maybe it's a new door that you need, whatever it is, West Shore Home is there for you. And they know that remodeling should not be stressful, and that's why West Shore Home is proving that it doesn't have to be stressful. With real-time scheduling and precision scan-to-plan accuracy, they make your remodel fast, easy, and convenient. That's why hundreds of thousands of homeowners have trusted West Shore Home to transform their bathrooms, windows, and doors. Right now, when you buy a full bath remodel, you'll get a second shower for free and lock in an extra $500 off just for listening to the show. But you need to schedule now at westshorehome.com. That's westshorehome.com/fan. westshorehome.com/fan. It's West Shore Home.
Shopping for a new Ford? Go where it's easy. Rob Sight Ford. Non-commissioned staff, huge trade-in values, and Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. Rob Sight Ford. ROBSIGHT.com.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hello. We're good? Okay, we're on.
Game Day headquarters is at Dave & Buster's, the ultimate watch destination. 30-plus screens, including jaw-dropping 40-foot TVs. We'll put you in the center of the action. Join Cody Tapp with 96.5 The Fan this Sunday, December 21st, from noon to 2 p.m. at Dave & Buster's, 1843 Village West Parkway off I-435 and I-70 in Kansas City. Enjoy half-price games Sunday through Thursdays. No purchase necessary. Cheer on KC at Dave & Buster's, where every game is a big game.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/royal rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Chiefs coverage this past hour has been brought to you by WaysideWaves.org. Save a life this holiday season.
Wayside rescues thousands of animals each year. Your gift today provides a complete circle of life-saving care they need to heal and find loving homes. Donate today, and your gift will be matched. Visit WaysideWaves.org to make your life-saving gift today.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound heavy out of Olathe. You hit the lays about Santa Fe. Crawls up towards College Boulevard with an accident, still blocking 2 right lanes. East side, 70 westbound gets heavy past Manchester Traffic Way. Moves a little better around Van Brunt with construction set up in through there. Alan Card, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
That's right. It's a Friday. We get Sean Smith here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. After him will be Steven Spector, so that can't get any more polar opposites. But Sean, here we are, Week 16, playoffs out of the picture. What do you want to see from your Kansas City Chiefs moving forward?
I just want to finish the season with a winning record. Right now we got guys banged up. See some of these play these younger guys and see what we got for next year, going into next year before we start preparing for the combine and draft.
Why does the winning record matter? Because where I sit, you have an opportunity maybe to have a top 10 pick for hopefully the only time in the Patrick Mahomes era. Why is winning so important?
Just because, man, winning is better than losing. Don't take it just to tank it for what. It's not like if we take it, we're going to get a top 5 pick. There's no need. It's not like the whole roster needs overhaul. You know what I mean? Every year roster changes, just like the transfer portal in college. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think going forward, we're going to have to find a backup quarterback, for one. We're going to have to get a running back. We need offensive linemen. We need DBs. We need defensive linemen. We need linebackers. So we kind of need everything. And we need a return specialist, a real return specialist.
Yeah, because we haven't had a return for a touchdown since COVID.
Man, I don't remember the last touchdown since Dexter McCluster or something. I don't know. Hell. That's how long it's been, you know what I mean? Or Javier Arenas, a big-time play. I mean, I don't know. We just need somebody special back there to return kicks.
No doubt. When you look at a game like this, is it pretty easy when you get out on the field and you see some of your guys are about it and the other guys aren't?
Yeah, because you got to also look at the Tennessee Titans are struggling. For them, Paganzi's going to want to win the game. You know what I mean? Just because he's playing for an organization where he started and built. So it's going to be interesting. I just think you look at the game, and the Titans are playing for something, and you still got Chiefs players playing for something. Guys want to hit their incentives to get their bonus. Some guys are trying to play good, get a couple of sacks. Hey, man, you're a backup guy. You go finish the season with 3-4 sacks. You go free agency, go to another team and get you a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? So it's just different ways to look at it.
Did you ever have a situation where you hit an incentive like late in the season?
No, I had a roster. Just my main ones was roster bonus. So as long as I was on the roster all week, every week, I got a nice check. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man.
But I just, the team. I think I hate to say it, but I think it's time to let Nagy go, our offensive coordinator. Let him go. Need to bring either Bellamy back. Or look in another direction, because also people are talking about the players. Andy Reid has got our coach these last few games that we have lost too. People don't understand it.
No, I agree with you on that. I don't think it's been a great year for Andy Reid. Why do you think that has been?
I think still with the off the field stuff with his son, all that still kind of linger around. People don't understand it's still an effect. You know what I mean? Just his decision making this year was a little different. I know before, we 4-for-1, we go for it. We got Patty Mahomes, but as you notice, Patty Mahomes wasn't doing everything right this year like he should have too, though. You know what I mean? I believe he was hurt all season, to be honest with you. His knee's been a problem all year, if you think about it. Go back and watch week 2 and a couple of the games. You'll see he's been having a knee problem.
When you see when you see this kind of happen to Patrick Mahomes, do you see him now becoming more of a pocket passer? Is it going to be harder for him to get out there and run more? Like, what will you see Mahomes kind of transition into?
I think he's still going to try to run. He's a competitor. Then I know his trainer, Bobby Shroop, is a good guy, and he's going to get him back right. And he's an elite competitor. And then now with the technology and science, Mahomes will be by June. We'll have videos of Mahomes running and cutting and being ready for training camp. Just being honest, the technology, the way the world is, he has access to stuff that other people won't have access.
So, do you think Mahomes will be ready for Week 1?
I think he'll be ready for Week 1. Do we play him? No, it depends who the Week 1 opponent is.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple of games left with Travis Kelce potentially on the roster here in Kansas City. How much of Travis are you going to be watching over these next couple of games?
As long as he don't drop the ball and the Swifties, don't get on me for that, for him dropping the ball. I mean, I think Travis knows. You could tell the way he was looking during that game, like it's the end of the end of the run, and I think I'm going to hang it up. His brother's in the press box recording. You know what I mean? So it's like he's kind of, he's on that verge. I think he's ready to travel life and be with his girl and enjoy it. You know what I mean? Don't have to worry about going to training camp, sitting in meetings, and banging on the body. You get to enjoy life.
No doubt about it. Sean, we'll enjoy this game against the Tennessee Titans and the rest of the way, because you got the Raiders in the last week, Broncos on Christmas, and Titans this week, and we'll see which young guy shows up and makes his case for next year. And we appreciate the time, brother.
Yeah, hopefully we finish 2-3. So we finish 2 out of these 3. So.
No doubt.
All right, man. You guys have a good one.
Take care. 2-3. There's 3 games left.
2 out of 3.
Yeah. Okay. I was like 2-3. That doesn't add up. Some more news that came out of Kansas City. The Royals have acquired left-handed pitcher Matt Strahm from the Philadelphia Phillies for right-handed pitcher Jonathan Bolin.
I love this trade. Tell me what I'm missing here. This is a great trade for the Royals,
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
got a veteran guy that you did originally draft. He was great the last 2 years for the Philadelphia
Phenomenal,
Phillies, right? Because
yeah.
you know him now. He's got the long noodled hair right down to the, almost to the peck area.
Yeah.
He's been a good bullpen arm. You did lose Zerpa. I know there's some people that were like, yeah, well, time to move on, right?
Yeah.
You acquired 2 players from the Milwaukee Brewers for Zerpa, and when you lose something, you got to have something to put back. And they went and got Strom, a veteran reliever in that bullpen. That now, if you think about it, you could have Urseg be whoever he wants to be. And then you've got Strom and you've got Estevez to kind of back build that bullpen. Now go get your right field bat. And guys, it's an off season for me where I can slam the book and say, let's go.
Yeah, you get one more bat, and this is a team that should be the favorites to win the American League Central right now. They're doing good things in the front office, and again, it's because of leadership, because John Sherman allows them to go out there and do this kind of stuff. He gives them the opportunity to make these moves. And, I'm trying to think about, why were the Phillies trading Matt Strom for Jonathan Bolin? And then somebody had a tweet out there that it saved $7.5 million for the Philadelphia Phillies this year. And so that comes off the books with the Phillies, which means it gets added to the books of the Royals. And so there you go. The Royals are adding salary by adding Matt Strom into the equation at $7.5 million. And so, I think they're one bat away from being the team that everybody looks at and goes, that's your American League Central Division champions. Let's go.
Yeah, because you have, when you think about that, you gain 34-year-old, lose a 29-year-old, handshakes hand, deal for deal, right? And then you've got a veteran, like I've said in there. You now, instead of seeing Zerpa in those situations, you'll probably see Strom in those situations. And I think for some of us that watched a lot of those games last year, I kind of love that move.
Yeah, I think it's great.
I know Zerpa's been sold on, has electric stuff, can be that guy. Just didn't really see it a lot last year. And it seemed like every time Zerpa went out there, I'm, my fingernails, like, I don't know if he's got it. And more often than not, it seemed like he didn't have it. So, you've got the veteran in Strom, you've got Estevez, and you've got Urseg in that bullpen, and still the entire nucleus of that starting rotation. And one question mark left, guys.
Yeah.
There's one left. Who's going to be that bat?
That's
Who's
right.
going to be that free agent veteran bat that they're going to put in the outfield?
What a great offseason, man. Seriously.
3 in a row. Side note, there's betting going on in this Jake Paul fight, right, against Anthony Joshua.
Oh, there's another one of these?
Supposedly DraftKings told New York Post Sports right now, if Jake Paul beats Anthony Joshua, it would nearly be a $100 million loss for the sportsbook.
If Jake Paul won, well, he's gonna win. So,
did you see the measurements? Did you see when they?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Coming up next, a guy that loves Jake and Logan Paul, Steven Spector. He'll join us on the roundtable next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, here we go, folks. This is the last opportunity I'm going to have to tell you about the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 and their largest high school enrichment grant ever. You have until the end of the month to apply at helpmymocanschool.com, and the winner is going to get a $20,000 grant towards upgrades and technology with no strings attached. That's why the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are flat out the best, and I would hire them for every job that I have because these guys give back to the communities in which they serve, and they're giving away $20,000, no strings attached, to one local high school. And all you have to do is nominate your high school. Take a minute to tell us about what your high school needs at helpmymocanschool.com. We'll announce that winner January 4th on the Chiefs Radio Network. Maybe you need a 3D printer. Maybe you need some stuff for your classroom with new technology. Whatever's going to help your students out, apply for it now at helpmymocanschool.com. Parents can apply, students can apply, teachers can apply, principals can apply. Anybody associated with the high school can nominate their school now for the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 $20,000 enrichment grant going towards upgrades and technology at helpmymocanschool.com from the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts at treating ED. And as a Prometic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Play the new Progressive Fast Play games from the Kansas Lottery. The jackpots grow every time someone plays. Fast Play games can be purchased at any Kansas Lottery retailer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this football season unforgettable. Enjoy our all-new app design and same-game parlay builder, which will take your experience to a new level. Earn BetMGM rewards points from your bets. Take advantage of football promos found nowhere else, like a second chance offer on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements, promotions may vary by market. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey, what's up, Flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities.
And every Monday you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips.
Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 46.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp, and come watch the game with me on Sunday, starting at noon at Dave & Buster's at the Legends. And you'll have a chance to win an autographed Jalen Watson jersey, plus Guns N' Roses tickets. Come join me in 96.5 The Fan at Dave & Buster's at the Legends, where every game is a big game.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
It's Christmas in Kansas City, and the snow is falling down. The plaza lights are pretty. It's good to be in my hometown. All the fountains are frozen over, and the leaves have long been on the ground.
Come on.
But there's a warm feeling
I forget this part. I do too, but get the chorus.
It's like nowhere else I've found.
Hit it.
'Cause it's Christmas.
Look at him dance.
In Kansas City. Yes, it's Christmas everywhere, and the plaza lights are looking pretty.
Better believe it.
Kansas City, I'll be there.
That is passion. What did you used to say
All
about
timer.
yourself dancing?
It was number one on my Spotify rap, that song.
What were you saying about?
I'm a phenomenal dancer.
Phenomenal dancer.
Yes, I am. Still am.
He's wickedly talented.
He is. He's Steven Spector.
That's right.
His name is Steven Spector,
and he is in.
Is anything happening today?
Today?
Ask this guy.
But
How about
now,
that Matt Strom trade?
I love it. Matt
Right?
Strom also donated a weight room recently to the Neosho County Community College baseball team, which is really cool. He's got roots down there. I love that trade. I don't know why I'm so excited about Matt Strom coming back, but like they literally gave up nothing.
They got
for
a good
this
player
guy.
for a not a good player.
Yeah,
So, yeah, great trade.
Great trade for the Royals, man.
Go Chiefs.
That is the voice of Steven Spector. He joins us on our round table brought to you by Kansas Lottery. Get in the game with the Chiefs Kingdom Scratch ticket only available from the Kansas Lottery. Top prize $75,000 plus enter drawings for a chance to win experiences, Chiefs experiences. See kslottery.com.
Fitting.
Are you gonna buy a Powerball?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're in the billions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might as well take a shot.
Imagine all the Amazon boxes you'll get if you're a billionaire.
The logs won't be set on Monday if I win.
Nobody will hear from you again.
Talk to you later.
I'm going to keep the Chiefs on the Jackson County side if I win.
Yeah, you'll be able to do that, right? So what do you think of all that? You've been here now 13 years, and I think this is the biggest sports story, in my opinion, in Kansas City sports history.
The biggest expert would tell you.
Don't think, just do.
Yep.
Piss me off.
I think two things. I think it's really bad for downtown in the urban core, just financially, economically, and that's where I lived for 10, 12 years when I first moved here. But I also think in the grander scheme of things, we are keeping both of our teams in our metro, which is the only thing that really matters. But I am sad for Casey Mo because it's, again, I've always lived on the Missouri side. I live downtown, River Market. I think that area is going to not die, but it's going to suffer for a while without the revenue that the Chiefs and the Royals bring.
And that's the big thing. It's not because the Chiefs and Royals were down there or something like that, but the revenue that they bring in to support that area it's massive.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I'm a little fearful of that, but I'm very happy that we're keeping our teams in Kansas City.
And that's that was the thing all along. We are very fortunate to have the state line. As much as I hate the state line, in this situation, I love the state line because there are other teams that don't have that opportunity, and then they end up moving to Los Angeles, or they end up moving to Phoenix, or they end up moving to, wherever.
Nashville would have taken the Royals in the snap of a finger, and it would not have taken more than a hot knife through butter to do it.
That's exactly right. And anybody would have taken the Chiefs as well,
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the benefit of this. They're not leaving the area.
Yeah, I'm just bummed because it's like the reality of what happened, because I think a lot of people in the text line have said, you had your chance to vote and Jackson County voted no. Yes and no.
For a bad plan.
Yeah.
I don't blame the voters.
And that's where I'm at, because it's just disappointing. And I've said this from the jump, that it felt like a team of college kids that had a project due at the end of the semester, and the professor said, you have the rest of the semester to work on it on day one when you get your syllabus. And that group put the project together on a Monday night before the final project was due on Wednesday. And you can clearly tell when those kids do that, because you're like, what is that design? Like, what is that? And the planning of it kind of lets the professor know, like, that's an F, because it was poor planning, it was poor management, and it was poor work. And, there are people out there that were like myself saying, hey, if this doesn't pass, the reality is going to be that these teams will possibly leave, and the possibility is greater than 50%. And everyone says, no, they won't. No, they won't. And it now reminds me of a toxic relationship that had been building for years, like a wife and a husband. And he's like, she'll never leave. She'll never leave. And then he gets home and the bags are packed and there's nothing in the house. He's like, she actually left. It's the song I Can Still Make Cheyenne.
And I you guys would probably know better than I, but St. Louis never really had a choice of letting the Rams leave. It feels like they just got up and left.
They did, yeah. They had a stadium plan in place, but it never got to the point where they were able to go and say, "Hey, let's vote on this."
And Kroenke
plan.
wanted that out of their one
out.
anyway.
Yeah,
there have been multiple opportunities to keep both the franchises in Jackson County, and it did not happen because of multiple reasons.
Yeah, and number one for me is leadership. Mayor L and Frank White were terrible in all of this. And when you need your leaders to step up and lead, they did not do that. And that's the biggest part of the problem here, is that Mayor L and Frank White were abysmal in this entire process. And while they were being abysmal, Kansas was working behind the scenes, being good partners with the Royals and Chiefs and showing them what opportunities they could take over there. And because nobody was leading on the Missouri side, it got away.
It's kind of wild that on a Friday leading into Christmas that we're not talking about a football game for the first time in ages, too.
Yeah.
And then this comes out. It's just, it feels like a very weird Friday for me.
Yeah,
especially during football season.
And I reach out to these people that say fragile Missourians are down bad because they hate Kansas so much. You're not speaking for everyone. That is not true. Like, I don't hate Kansas. I don't. Again, it's not like you said. It's not like the Royals are going to go to Nashville. It's not like the Chiefs are going to go to wherever. It's more so just the fact that like it's money that's, and I'm in such fear that Kansas City is going to turn into downtown St. Louis, and it's going to look like St. Louis County and downtown St. Louis.
Yep.
And that's what I fear the most, and that's what I think people don't understand. And we had a caller earlier that was like, it wasn't a more tax, it was an extended tax what you're getting. And the way that I've looked at this tax is that nobody knew about this tax was coming out of their paychecks. It's similar to like when you join Planet Fitness. It's $10 a month. You don't see that coming out. You just know it's going to happen, but you don't worry about it. And then it was made light of, and people are like, oh, they're going to make me charge more. And now they're gone. And now it's our fault. And I have to own that as somebody who didn't vote no, voted yes, and preached yes, had a sign in my yard and was telling people, go vote yes. They could leave. They might leave, and they probably will leave. And it happened. And now it's like, I don't hate Kansas getting it. I'm happy for Kansas to get it. Congratulations. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. But what sucks is I am in such fear that Kansas City is going to melt and wither away, and we're going to see what happened in St. Louis, where that city and downtown is terrible, and the county of St. Louis is just beautiful.
I agree. And I don't blame the voters.
No, I don't either.
Right? I think the last-minute switch up from East Village to the Crossroads was not great messaging. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty clear that the Chiefs didn't put out the best plan in the world with the better suites and the AstroTurf in the parking lot, whatever.
But the thing is, they would have been satisfied with that, like.
Yeah, I just, it's almost like talking about both sides of my state mouth, or, both sides of my mouth. Jackson County had a chance to keep it. Everybody voted no, but I don't blame people for voting no.
Yes.
And both things can be true, which is not always the case.
Right. And the reason people voted no, I think there was a lot of confusion with
the messaging.
The messaging was terrible.
Terrible from the beginning.
Terrible messaging from the beginning. And I said that to them at the beginning, and people didn't want to hear that. I said, the messaging, this is awful. It's a cluster. And it was a cluster. And then there was no leadership from the mayor at all. And he didn't even endorse the plan until the Saturday before the vote at 1:00 in the afternoon on a spring day when nobody's paying attention.
I also hope, and I know this is like selfish of me, I hope this offseason, which is going to be very busy for the business side, doesn't affect the football operations side. And I hope I know obviously everybody has their own jobs. There's the business side, there's the football operations side. This is a really important offseason for business. It's also a really important offseason for football.
No doubt.
And I hope that the organization isn't splintered. And again, I know everybody has their own jobs and everybody will take care of their business, but the football operations side has a lot of work to do the next 3 months, and I hope that's still a focus of the whole thing.
And you know what? Quite honestly, they should be completely separate. They really should. I mean, Brett
and I
Veach
think
should
they are.
Yeah, they are.
But you still have people pulling at the same. The business side has to sign off on football deals.
Right. Hey, Mark, can we get your signature on this? Hang on.
Yeah,
I'm
let's not.
with you.
Let's again. It sounds. I don't think it'll ever happen. Let's not lose a free agent because the business side is worried about the new stadium side.
Right. And I don't think that will happen. I mean, the Chiefs have done a really nice job, I think, of being kind of adults in the room, too. You didn't hear a lot out of the Chiefs during this process at all. That was a design. You didn't hear much out of the state of Kansas either. That was a design because you want to handle things behind the scenes. And that way, when you're ready to announce, you have all your ducks in a row and you're able to go out there and announce. And so I understand where you're coming from a little bit with that, but I would like to think they're able to keep those things separate.
I do, too. I just, again, I'm hoping because the football season, the football team needs to get back to being the Chiefs because I don't enjoy going to Tennessee and having nothing on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Watching. I'm not going to watch on Sunday. It's Gardner Minshew against Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So I'll watch my fantasy team lose in the semifinals instead.
Ooh, at least you're keeping it going. That's good.
Yeah.
So a psycho would put money on this game, right? Like if we're betting on this game, like the line obviously low, the spread is favored to the Chiefs.
I actually think there's a chance to make a lot of money because I don't think Vegas is going to price the Chiefs touchdown props correctly.
Mm.
And Mac, I know I'm opening the door. I don't know if Mac's eating Abelardo's back there, but. Rashard Smith's plus 950 to score.
Okay.
If he's not getting the ball, then something's gone wrong on Sunday. Like, it's got to be about Jalen Royals, Rashard Smith, Gelati, Noel Williams. Those are the guys that matter on Sunday.
Hell
right?
Yes, they do.
But Vegas may not know that Rashard Smith's going to get a lot of touches, and if he's plus 950 to score a touchdown, Please and thank you.
Yeah, that is an interesting way to do it because I think the numbers for Kelsey are also low. I saw that he's at 4.5 receptions and like his yardage is like 43.5.
Well, Travis Kelce shouldn't play on Sunday, and neither should Chris Jones.
Why not?
Why not?
This is Travis's last season.
He can play Christmas Day at Arrowhead, say goodbye, and that's it.
Are you worried that he may get hurt in the Tennessee game and not be there for
Can you
Aaron?
imagine if he gets hurt, rolls an ankle, can't play, and Thursday night, and his last game is, the Chargers game where Pat goes off with an injury? Travis Kelce should not play. I know.
I hate you for having that opinion, but I love that opinion.
The rest of the season is about the fans and Travis getting hurt in a meaningless game in Tennessee against a 2-12, 2-13 football team and not being able to play Christmas Day and have a send-off can't happen. And then you can't have Chris Jones get hurt for 2026. $32 million cannot be on the shelf this offseason if you have $50 million in Patrick Mahomes on the shelf. Cannot happen.
So you won't watch the Chiefs. Is it just like total red zone or is there anything like that?
Red zone?
Just all day?
There's so many good games.
Tons of good games.
Right? I mean, it started last night. It starts Saturday night. There's so many good games.
Starts tonight.
Yeah, tonight, Oklahoma, Alabama.
Yeah,
He's not a college
I'm
fan.
not a college fan.
I'll
Yeah,
watch
that's
it.
fine.
I'll watch it because it's on TV. But
I'm with you. Look, where we grew up, it wasn't a college world.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
also just the NFL. This is the peak of the NFL. There's so many interesting things going on. Yeah, you can't sell me on Gardner Minshew versus Cam Ward.
No, I agree.
So
not when you have Trevor Lawrence versus Bo Nix.
if it was back in the day when there was no red zone that existed, yeah, I mean it's on the TV. But yeah, give me red zone
Are
on
you
Sunday.
Team Tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my reasoning is somewhat simple. I'm not generally in favor of tanking. Like if you have a young team, you need to learn how to win. Like the Cleveland Browns, like they should not be tanking. You got a lot of young good players. You got to learn how to win. This team has a lot of guys who have already won, so they know what it takes to win. So I don't think they need to learn how to win as a group. I think they need to give themselves the best chance to get the best draft pick possible.
I agree because how many times in the Patrick Mahomes era are you going to have potentially a top 10 pick?
Hopefully never again.
Exactly. And so because you're here, you have the opportunity to do that. Why ruin that opportunity by winning games?
Yeah, if they had a rookie middle linebacker and a second year running back and those guys need to learn about a winning culture, yeah, you need to win as many games as possible. This already has a winning culture. Nick Bolton doesn't need to learn how to win. Neither does Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to pick 10th as opposed to 16th. And again, there may not be a difference between 10 and 16 in the draft, but the math says that you have a better chance to hit on a star at 10 than 16.
Especially when 2 of the top 10 teams are probably going to take a quarterback.
Yep.
So really you're picking...
And you don't need an offensive lineman,
right? No.
Right?
You know the tackle's going to go. So then what, you think the biggest need is an edge rusher?
Oh, God.
Or do you just continue to pad Patrick Mahomes? Because as Mac has said, the 3 receivers that are coming back officially are Jalen Royals, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy.
Well, I think officially is a
That's
stretch
true.
for Rashee Rice.
On contract, right?
Contractually correct.
Yes.
Contractually.
Yeah. I would trade Rashee Rice in the offseason, but that can be a different conversation. Yeah, I mean, it's probably edge, but at the same time, the other part of my brain is saying the defense has not been the problem in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't want Jeremiah Love. I don't want a running back in the first round.
Yeah.
But if they went out and got insert top 10 wide receiver, top 10 pick at the wide receiver position, I'm not going to be mad about that.
I think for me, if you're picking in the top 10 this year, which let's hope they do at this point in time, right? That would be great.
Or close enough.
Close enough. I think that for me, there's really only 2 positions, and it's edge and it's wide receiver at that point in time. Because I'm with you. I just can't do the running back at that high in the draft.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at a corner either. It's position of need, and then you can make moves with McDuffie, Jalen Watson, what have you. But yeah, I think it's corner.
Watson, yes!
Scared the living bejesus out of me. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Thank you. Yeah, corner, edge, wide receiver, running back. But the good thing is you don't need a quarterback. You don't need an offensive line.
Mm-hmm. And so you can go from there. And you really could potentially take the best player available at that point.
As you should at every time.
Every time.
But I hope that they don't go into this draft with just their basic allotment of picks. They need to add a pick in the first, second, or third round by some sort of maneuver.
So that would be probably trading Trent McDuffie. Are you in favor of that?
No, I'm in favor of trading Rashee Rice.
Okay, why?
Because I think, and I hear Max say this all the time, yes, he's a 1,200-yard receiver, right? He's really good. I know we're down on him right now. I think we can all excuse an off-field issue here and there. That's the world we are as fans in the NFL. Okay, that's one thing. I think everybody in the NFL gets hurt. Everybody comes back, right? That happens. Everybody has an issue with drops every once in a while. Sure. I can accept 2 out of those 3 things. I can't accept all 3, right? If you had a drop issue, but you were healthy for 3 seasons, but you had an off-the-field issue, fine. If you didn't have an off-field issue, but you had some drops and you got hurt, I'm comfortable with giving you $80 million. I can't deal with all 3. So I would trade Rashee Rice. I can deal with 2 out of the 3 issues. I can't deal with all 3.
And you look at Trent McDuffie, and he's 0 for 3 of those.
He is exactly what you're supposed to do in the NFL. You draft someone in the first round. He gets you 2 All-Pros, 2 Super Bowls. You're supposed to pay that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I trust Trent McDuffie with $100 million more than I do Rashee Rice.
Because I don't think we're bringing back Pacheco and Hunt. I don't think those guys are back. So, you think they get a running back in the offseason via free agency and not draft one? Because I do think Jeremiah Love does have that it factor.
Yeah, again, it's not like I'd be mad about it. I just philosophically wouldn't. Sure. I think you can get someone really good in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. I think Pacheco's gone 100%.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem bringing back Kareem Hunt. I mean, he's a battering ram, and he fills a position of need, right? The problem with Kareem Hunt is giving him 14 carries a game. So if it's Kareem Hunt as your, 3rd and short, 4th and short back.
Kind of a fullback-esque, yeah.
You sign a Rico Dowdle or Javonte Williams, whatever, in free agency. Kenneth Walker, who's awesome last night. And you draft a running back, done. 3rd round running back, 1 or 2 year deal for a free agent and Kareem Hunt. That's a backfield I can love. And Brashard Smith.
Yeah.
And that's why the next 3 weeks, if Brashard Smith even gives you a glimpse of hey, he's a piece, that makes you think, all right, I'll draft a running back in the 3rd round, not the 1st round.
Does it piss you off if you see that, though, and they're not playing him all year long, and you're like, Andy, this guy can play. Why hasn't he been playing?
Well, that's a Noel Williams debate.
It is.
So yeah, it doesn't piss me off, but it gives me hope. It changes your offseason if you feel differently about Brashard Smith and Jalen Royals.
Yeah, and Jalen Royals, too. We should have been seeing these guys, I think, all along.
Jalen Royals, I can't explain because I've never actually seen him play football. The injury or whatever happened to start the season. Brashard Smith, you can watch and you're like, he's got a little bit of juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, give that guy the ball some more.
Well, Mitch made the comment earlier that Jalen Royals is pretty much the 2.0 of Juju Smith-Schuster, and so Juju's kind of ahead of him on the depth chart. That's why he wasn't playing. I'm like, okay, I see that.
And why are you paying $9.5 million to Juju Smith-Schuster when you could have allocated the monies elsewhere?
Also, Juju has not seen the field hardly at all in the last 6 weeks. So
there is that, too.
He does stuff you don't see.
Yeah.
That's what we were told.
Holding penalties?
That works when you're winning games. Yeah. The great tight end blocking and wide receiver. That's cool when you're winning. When you're losing, nobody cares.
2 brutal holds in that Denver game that took them out of touchdown range on that 1st or 2nd drive.
Yeah.
I do think the crackback block was a bad call.
I agree.
Oh, that was a terrible call.
I don't know what that was, but that went on Juju's hands, and I don't think that was a good. But that's one of whatever. So I'm seeing a lot of Spags lately in the news, and I'm kind of now starting to think that he might jump and go try it one more time.
I don't think that's going to happen. In 2025, or 2026, I guess, who in the NFL is hiring a 60-plus-year-old defensive coordinator? Now, maybe a bad organization, but I just think philosophically...
A team with a really good offense that has a terrible defense.
Yeah, but he's got to be the head coach, not the defensive coordinator.
I know that's, I think, what he's going to do.
So I guess what team would do that? If we're looking at who's going to fire their coach this offseason.
Why wouldn't the Giants do it? They have their offense, I think.
Because the Giants need to bring somebody in, I think, that is successful as a head coach.
Sure.
Or that can help Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
that's
that
fair.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's Miami because I don't think Steve Spagnuolo fits Miami as a general culture, city, whatever.
I don't think they're making a change.
They may not. I mean, Mike
It'd be
McDaniels.
the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Tampa would be a good
It'd be the
answer.
Tampa Bay, which I wouldn't do.
But
I don't think that's a good decision.
I would argue Todd Bowles is a similar version of Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I would not hire Steve Spagnuolo.
And if you're Steve Spagnuolo at 65 too, are you thinking I'm doing this till I'm 70?
Yeah,
you're going to have to sign probably a 5-year contract. You know?
Yeah, I don't think he gets hired in this cycle.
Either.
I'd be surprised, and again, I obviously could be standing to be wrong, and maybe there's a surprise firing in the NFL, but I don't think. I think Steve Spagnuolo will be back here.
If he does leave, it's because he retired and decided to walk away.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or he pulls the Al Pacino. I'm going to Cincinnati, and my starting quarterback's Joe Burrow.
I think it was Albuquerque.
Is that where he went?
I think it was New Mexico.
And I'm going to have Willie Beeman as my starting quarterback.
Yeah, that was
and no further questions.
Totally legal move by the Miami Sharks.
Is that not one of the greatest football movies ever?
No, it's not.
It is similar to what's going on now in reality, though.
Yeah,
you know?
guy just loses an eye on the AstroTurf. And
I mean, the locker room scene was about as real as it got.
Yeah.
That was reality.
Yeah. It's not one of the best football movies of all time, but
No.
it is a good movie.
Is it better than The Replacements?
Oh, God.
You were hiding behind the jukebox.
I don't know. One's a drama, one's a comedy.
Yeah.
I'll take The Replacements over any given Sunday.
Okay.
What is the best football movie?
Varsity Blues.
Friday Night Lights.
Please. A country star playing an actor in that movie. Tell me.
I mean, Tim McGraw's been in a lot of movies.
They're not good.
Blindside?
Not good. It's a fake movie. We came out and he said
Yeah,
it
that
wasn't
whole
true.
the whole
Yeah,
like
so is
backstory.
Varsity Blues is true. That's Texas football. That's West Canaan.
So Friday Night Lights, based off a book, off a real team, isn't true?
I didn't say it wasn't true. I just said it wasn't as good as acting. John Voight, Tim McGraw.
John Voight. I had his car once. John Voight's car.
Yeah, but I would take Billy Bob Thornton over John Voight, and they were both the coaches in that movie. So,
fair point. I mean,
Tim McGraw's a better actor than the Jonathan Moxon's dad, or fire the bleeping pigskin.
Yeah, right. That guy's a G.
Get bent.
That guy. I think that's the only movie that guy's ever been in.
I think he was in Tremors.
Congratulations.
I think. I'm not sure, but I think he is. That's Steven Spector. He's the boss man. Hey, have a good holiday.
You guys too.
Enjoy the
Thank
time.
you for
Chris
having
Mitch.
me.
Yeah, he
Yes.
said Chris Mitch.
And
I guess.
Festivus.
And Festivus
That's
for
on
the
the
rest of us.
23rd. Yeah, coming
That's
up.
right. I got a poll, and can't wait to see you. Coming up next, before we get out of there, though, that is Roundtable brought to you by Kansas Lottery. Get in the game with the Chiefs Kingdom Scratch ticket, only available from Kansas Lottery. Top prize, $75,000, plus enter drawings for a chance to win Chiefs experiences. Coming up next, Richard of the Week. Boy, oh boy, here we go. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, college football fans, it's Dusty Likens here to tell you it's time to lock in on those playoff showdowns with BetMGM. Whether you're riding on an upset or hoping the favorite dominates, take your excitement to the next level with an odds boost token. Log in to your BetMGM account to receive your token, then place a bet on any college football matchup with your activated token. If your boosted bet hits, you'll score a bigger payout. No matter where the action is, betting with a boost will make the biggest games of the season even more memorable. Don't miss out on BetMGM's lineup of promotions for the biggest college football showdowns of the year. Log in to claim your odds boost token. The game is about to kick off, so own the moment with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Game Day headquarters is at Dave & Buster's, the ultimate watch destination. 30-plus screens, including jaw-dropping 40-foot TVs, will put you in the center of the action. Join Cody Tapp with 96.5 The Fan this Sunday, December 21st, from noon to 2 p.m. at Dave & Buster's, 1843 Village West Parkway off I-435 and I-70 in Kansas City. Enjoy half-price games Sunday through Thursdays. No purchase necessary. Cheer on KC at Dave & Buster's, where every game is a big game.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, bills happen! So when you need extra cash fast, go to billshappen.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to billshappen.com. You could find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow. Billshappen.com is safe, secure, and all online. Just remember, when you need cash, go to billshappen.com. Billshappen.com for the cash you need now. Billshappen.com.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this football season unforgettable. Enjoy our all-new app design and same-game parlay builder, which will take your experience to a new level. Earn BetMGM rewards points from your bets, take advantage of football promos found nowhere else, like a second chance offer on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements, promotions may vary by market. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
I'm McCall with Lee Summit Subaru, announcing Lee Summit Subaru's 0% event. Zero, like in 0% financing. Up to 0% financing on select 2025 Subaru models for 72 months. The 2025 Subaru Share the Love event. Subaru will donate $250 to a charity of your choice to help those in need this holiday.
And locally, you can choose Hillcrest Transitional Housing. Lee Summit Subaru will also donate $50. Subaru of America will donate $250 per vehicle sold or leased during the promotional period, and store contribution may be combined with Subaru of America donation.
Hello, Kansas City. Christopher Youngers here with Cafe Trio. The seasons, they are changing. And if you haven't seen Cafe Trio during the holidays, from Halloween, the Plaza Lights, and Christmas with all of our decorations, well, then you've missed out on one of the most seasonally spectacular dining experiences in town. Offering live music, very spirited holiday decorations, and farm-to-table fresh menus, Cafe Trio is the place to be for the holidays. 45th and Main, CafeTrioKC.com.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Not that guy, not that guy. You know, I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons why to drink Surfside. There's zero bubbles. There's zero troubles. Yep. It's delicious. The peach tea's my fave.
Damn right.
And it doesn't get you in trouble.
Smash.
I'm dead serious. And I'll explain. Because it is Richard of the Week time here on 96.5 The Fan. And you guys all remember that Coldplay concert? Remember those two? They were on the screen? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, more news has come out about this. And instead of taking the high road and admitting that you might have messed up, we're not doing that. Coldplay Kiss Cam HR boss Kristen Cabot appears to be partially blaming High Noon for her viral...
It's the booze's fault.
That's right. High Noon for the viral video says people were extra hard on her because she's a woman. And I do agree to some of that. Cabot is speaking out for the first time since being caught on the Kiss Cam with married astronomer CEO Andy Byron. I'm not some celebrity. I'm not just a mom from New Hampshire. Even if I did have an affair, it's not anybody's business, she told The Times. It has been like the scarlet letter. People erased everything I'd accomplished in my life and achieved in my career. This can't be the final word. She said she had a big, happy crush, and the two told each other that they split from their spouses. We were just dancing, and I had a few too many high noons. Andy was standing behind me, and we were dancing, and I grabbed him. I didn't hear the announcement that the Jumbotron was coming up, so suddenly I'm just seeing us on the screen. No. You got caught.
Yeah.
Own it.
Like
right?
that's the little violin, you know?
Honey, it's not my fault. I just had to. Did Andy crack the Kainoon for you and make you drink it? I don't think so.
No.
You seem to be pretty much incoherent, or not incoherent. You seem pretty coherent when you're on the stage,
right?
Being able to sway, you know. I didn't mean to cheat on you. It was the booze.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get fired. It was the booze.
Mm-hmm.
No. Drink Surfside. You won't have that problem.
That's right.
Because what is their saying?
No troubles, no bubbles.
That's right.
No bubbles, no troubles.
That's right. It's printed on the hat. It says it. It says zero bubbles, zero troubles. You drink Surfside, you have a good time. You drink High Noon, you get put on a Jumbotron, and you get put on blast. You lost, you lose. Good day, sir.
Yeah, just accept what you did and move on, right? And my mother always used to tell me, it's not all the good things you do. It's the one bad thing you do that everybody remembers. No matter how much goodwill you've built up, that's the way the world works, man.
Yeah. Let me know how that works for you, Jen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make out that lady at Maloney's.
Yeah.
The maker's mark got to me.
Right.
Oh, yeah, well, there's the door.
Right, exactly. It'd be out on the door. She would be too if she ever did that.
Correct.
You know? So, I mean, we have that understanding. You cheat, you're gone.
Yeah, what a Richard move.
Yeah.
I had too many seltzers.
Oh, come on, man. Blaming somebody else or blaming alcohol for what happened. You consumed that alcohol. And a lot of times when you drink, you do what you really want to do anyway, right?
Yeah, and it proves to you that Surfside is better than High Noon.
No doubt.
0 bubbles, 0 troubles.
1,000%.
It's the can with the sunstrip sips. That's what you want.
That's
right
what you
there.
want. Yeah, I like
Who's
it.
your Richard?
Leewood.
Okay. Damn it.
Let me tell you something,
Damn
Leewood.
it all.
This does not involve you. See your way out the door. And the next time you're going to hold a rally, don't have 30% of the rally from Jackson County trying to represent what's going on in Leewood. They also had a gentleman there who said if the new stadium gets built at Overland Park, there will be rats, and it will infest Leewood with rats, I was told.
Oh.
And if they build the stadium there, it will just decimate everything around the area and leave it for no good. All of these are lies. All of those are fear-mongering. And all of that is nonsense. Don't listen to a damn word that's coming out of Leewood, because the last time I checked, the stadium ain't going in Leewood. And you know what that means? You don't have a say. So go pour yourself another jumbo Kim Crawford. Enjoy brunch. And leave Overland Park to do Overland Park things. Go back and do whatever it is people in Leewood like to do and complain and bitch and moan about everything. This does not involve you. But you know, it's funny, like when things don't involve people, that's when they complain the most.
Correct.
This is not something that involves the city of Leewood. Please sit back down, pour yourself a big jumbo Kim Crawford, and enjoy brunch.
I mean, maybe they need some Surfsides in Leewood.
They might.
Maybe they need to ditch the Kim Crawford and get with the Surfsides.
Let me put on my "it doesn't involve me" pants and go to a meeting.
Yeah. You know, those people tend to lose.
I just don't understand people who try to get involved in stuff that doesn't concern them. And this whole stadium thing, sorry, doesn't concern Leewood. Well, I don't want the stadium here by me. I heard there will be rats. Who did you hear that from? This fearmonger over here? Good Lord. Mac, who do you have as your Richard O the week?
I'm just going to take the Nakuas as a whole.
Okay.
We'll take Puka and his brother. I'll parlay those together.
Call them Nakua's a-holes?
Yeah, it could be. Or if you're Al Michaels, Smith Nakua with a touchdown.
And the game is over. What a ride we had.
Like, wake up, buddy. Let's go. I would say, man, it just get someone in here. We talked about it earlier with mentors, maybe in a different context. But with Puka, maybe I think it was this context with Nakua. He just needs someone to say, hey, dude, listen, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you can't say. This is what you shouldn't say. Here's why. Here's the repercussions of your actions. A lot of people are looking at you, and a lot of young people are looking up to you, and here's kind of the weight and gravity your words hold and your actions hold, and maybe here's some people you should think twice before surrounding yourself with them. It's just, he's young. I get it. We've all been there, and imagine, sticking, $20 million in 24-year-old version of yours face. Like, yeah, maybe you'll make a couple poor decisions. It's about how he now reacts and moves forward here, and I'm hoping he gets it together because I really like watching him play football.
I was going to say, because look at what his potential is, man.
He's amazing.
He was the best player on the field last night.
Yeah. On a field that had some really big moments, good players. Yeah, he was awesome. He carries, dude. Every time he catches the ball, I'm like, he's going to break that tackle. Oh, he's going to stiff arm that guy. He's fun. Just get it together off the field.
Yeah, you got to have it together
Figure
off
it
the
out.
field, man. Like, you really do. It really diminishes what you do on the field.
It does.
If you can't do the right thing off the field. And look, that's a memo for everybody. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. If you're not a good person, it doesn't matter how you live your life at work. It really doesn't. Like, and if you're Puka and you're making all of these, disastrous decisions in the course of, 48 hours, I mean, you've got to straighten it up, man. Like, a week ago, everybody would have said, oh, Puka's great, man. Look at this guy. And now all this stuff comes out. And you're like, good Lord, man, what a mess we got going on off the field with him.
Well, not only that is, like Speck was talking about, there's like the three things, like production, injury, and trouble off the field. Like, Puka's been banged up but it's not like he's been like out. Like he's missed like at times 2 or 3 or 4 games. But the production on the field is proof. I mean, it's there. 12 for what? 225 last night, 2 touchdowns, was just dominant. And that's just like a game for Puka. Like that's where it's at. Like you're like, oh yeah, huge game. You're like, well, I mean, most of the time he has 18 targets, has 13, 14 catches for 159 yards and a touchdown. Like that is just a dominant player.
Yep.
And if you can continue to show that, because even with all the scrutiny and all the stuff that came out yesterday, he still showed up to the field and performed.
Yep.
So you know that dog is in there. You just don't want the dog that's not supposed to be in there. And think of the money you could make. Think of what George Pickens did, right? Last year and the year before, scrutinized crazy in the league because he was a bad teammate, bad person, kind of attitude problem. Goes to Dallas and is looking at this next year getting $32 million a year.
That's right.
Because he just figured out. Maybe CeeDee Lamb was his mentor. Maybe, I don't know, Brian Schottenheimer was his mentor. I don't know.
Yep.
But we haven't seen that sort of episode or episodes. And it's like Dallas is like the best team in football, right?
Right. Not like close. Yeah.
It's not like he's, he has reasons to complain. And yes, you might see hiccups on the field of frustration. We see that from everybody. We see it from Travis Kelce, we see it from Patrick Mahomes. But it's the frustrations that have to stay in. You can't let those embodied frustrations lead to out of field frustrations. And George Pickens is going to make $33 million a year after this year because he probably had that look in the mirror. And even if you don't want to believe it, and we'll see, time will tell.
Right.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, Puka has a chance to make some serious money because
That's right.
we know that position does. And it's just, can they check those egos?
Yeah, exactly. It's tough for a lot of people to check that ego, and then they realize where they went wrong. And look, that's the thing, man. When we're all in our 20s and whatnot, you feel invincible. You don't think anything can go wrong. There's no repercussions for anything. And when you're an athlete, it's times 10. And so somehow, some way, we need to get through the athletes and let them know this is reality now. You can no longer do this. There's nobody here to clean up your mess.
And I mean, it would be hard. Like you're like you said, you're the best athlete. I mean, his hair is awesome. He's a good-looking guy. He's killing it. He's in LA. 24, 25. Like I get it.
Right.
Take a breath. Take a step back. Let's go. Look at what you're messing with.
Know what your worth is and know what your worth could be.
Exactly right.
And once you figure that out, and somebody says, "Hey, man, you might get paid like $40 million, $42 million a year next year,"
you could be in Canton.
Oh.
That's how good he is. He could be in Canton.
He's a stud, dude. You just got to figure it out.
Got to figure it out, though. I mean, don't let the missteps off the field derail everything you do on the field, because there's been a lot of guys, probably more guys, that would have regret of what they did off the field and how it cost them on the field.
Guys, I got one thing left to say before we get out of here. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Merry Chris Mitch.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Hey, look at what I did. Yeah. You're exactly right.
I've been holding on to that one in the holster, Bob. Seriously, all you out there, have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Go do nice things for somebody. You never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. Maloney, get the Surfsides ready.